Chapter 571. Ouch! Li Chueying cried out in pain. Second sister-in-law, are you okay? Liang Jinqiao wanted to help Li Chueying up. It hurts, it hurts. Li Chueying whined. Second sister-in-law. Liang Jinqiao quickly retracted his hand that was about to help Li Chueying up. Li Chueying's hands were on the ground and accidentally got a lot of chicken poop on them. Although she pitied Li Chueying, she couldn't possibly shake Li Chueying's hand when she saw the chicken poop on it. Second sister-in-law, can you get up on your own? Liang Jinqiao asked with concern. Third sister-in-law, why are you so heartless that you won't help me up? My butt is rotten, I can't get up. Li Chueying continued to whine. Liang Jinqiao looked a little embarrassed. Second sister-in-law, your hands are covered in chicken poop. Why don't you wipe your hands clean and then I'll help you up? What do you think? Li Chueying wouldn't have noticed if Liang Jinqiao hadn't said anything. After Liang Jinqiao said it, Li Chueying quickly looked at her hands. She really got some chicken poop. It was black and sticky. Just looking at it made her feel disgusted. She sat on the ground and probably got some on her pants. Sigh, I'm so unlucky. Who did I offend to end up like this? It's so infuriating. Li Chueying cursed. Now that she knew how disgusting she was, she didn't let Liang Jinqiao help her up and quickly got up from the ground. Li Chueying looked at her butt and went back into the house angrily. She probably went to wash her hands and change her clothes. Zhao Yun couldn't help but laugh. How interesting. Li Chueying was really unlucky. She wondered if this was God's punishment for her shameless behavior. Liang Jinqiao sighed. He seemed to pity Li Chueying. Zhao Yun shook her head. Her mother was still too kind. I'll continue building the shed. There's still some left, Zhao Wenhua said. Father, let me help you. Zhao Yun's impression of Zhao Wenhua improved. As long as Zhao Wenhua was not as useless as before and the third branch could live a good life, she would be happy. Zhao Wenhua waved his hand. Yun'er, have a rest. Father will be fine by himself. I'm fine too. I'll lend you a hand. Then, all right. Zhao Wenhua finally nodded. The two of them set up the chicken shed, so their speed was faster. Zhao Yun found that Zhao Wenhua was quite clever and skillful. The fences were woven very well. While the two of them were busy, they talked about building a house. Zhao Wenhua had been looking for Zhao Yun for the past few days, but he didn't find a big piece of land. Since they wanted to build a few more houses, the land had to be bigger. At least 1 or 2 mu of land would be enough. Yun'er, there is a piece of land in the east of the village that is quite suitable. The 2 pieces of land are connected together. One of the pieces of land is Old Chen's old house. People no longer live there. If we discuss with Old Chen's family, we can buy that piece of land and tear down the old house. It will be enough for our family to build a house. In addition, it's close to the roadside and the river. It's convenient to travel, Zhao Wenhua said. Will Old Chen's family sell that piece of land? Zhao Yun asked curiously. Zhao Wenhua shook his head. I don't know if Old Chen's family will sell it or not. Since they don't use it, it's a waste to leave it there. It's better to sell it and get some money. Chapter 572. Okay. Zhao Wenhua responded. Thinking of building a big house, Zhao Yun still has some expectations. It was indeed very inconvenient to squeeze into a small house every day. The two of them quickly set up the chicken shed. They breathed a sigh of relief and entered the house of the third house. Zhao Yun didn't know that before entering the house, but after entering the house, Zhao Yun realized that Qin Yuan was also there. During the day, Zhao Wenhua sent the tiger meat to the family Qin. The family Qin asked Qin Yuan to come over as a token of appreciation. Qin Yuan sat in the house of the third house. Zhao Ping kept pestering him. He seemed to be a little impatient, and there was a trace of disgust in his eyes. Zhao Yun frowned. Qin Yuan was also a weirdo. He came to her house and didn't help her father when he was working. Instead, he just sat in the house. Usually, prospective sons-in-law were very diligent. If the woman's family needed help, they would ask to help. After all, it was not easy for people in ancient times to get a wife. If he didn't do something, what if the woman was unwilling to marry him? Qin Yuan did this because he didn't care. He didn't help Zhao Wenhua and didn't do anything in her house. It showed that he didn't care whether he married Zhao Ping'er or not. In the end, Zhao Ping'er was too poor, and he didn't like her. Qin Yuan greeted Zhao Yun'er when he saw her coming over. Zhao Yun'er nodded faintly in response. Then she walked to Zhao Tianan and asked, "Tianan, how's your leg? What's the matter?" "Second sister, my leg is fine. It's just a scratch. It hurts a little. I'll be fine after a few days of rest," Zhao Tianan said casually as if nothing had happened. Zhao Yun'er felt that Zhao Tianan was deliberately saying this so that she wouldn't worry. "Let second sister take a look." Zhao Tianan was sitting on the bed, his legs not under the quilt. Hearing Zhao Yun'er's words, she felt a little embarrassed. "Second sister, I'm really fine. There's no need to check, right?" Zhao Tianan felt that it was inappropriate to show his thighs to Zhao Yun'er since he was already so big. Although they were blood-related siblings, there were still some taboos when they grew up. "Why not? I want to see how second elder sister knows how badly you fell." "Second sister." Zhao Tianan's cheeks were dyed with a blush. "What's wrong? Tianan, are you shy?" Zhao Yun'er smiled. Zhao Yun'er couldn't help but laugh when she saw her eldest brother's embarrassed look. He was really a pure and innocent little boy. "Second sister. It's just looking at your legs. I'm not looking at other places. When you were a child, I saw your butt when you were bathing." Zhao Yun'er teased. It was hard to find such a pure and innocent little boy in the 21st century. "Second sister." Zhao Tianan's face turned red when he was teased by Zhao Yun'er. "That was when I was a child. Second sister, I also saw your butt." Zhao Yun'er's mouth twitched. She was a little embarrassed. "Okay, take out your legs. Let me see. I still have some medicinal herbs at home. If it's serious, I'll apply some medicine on you. You'll get better faster." Zhao Tianan couldn't win against Zhao Yun'er, so he had to take out his legs. Slowly rolling up his trousers, Zhao Yun'er found that his knees had scabbed. It should have been quite serious. However, it had scabbed and didn't fester, which meant it was fine. Chapter 573. "Got it, second sister," Zhao Tianan responded. "Good boy." "Second sister." Zhao Tianan's voice was even lower, as if he had something to say. "What's wrong, Tianan?" "Second sister. When I fell down the mountain that day, it was Ma Xiaofeng who brought me back. Why don't we also send her some tiger meat?" After Zhao Tianan finished speaking, he carefully looked at Zhao Yun'er to see Zhao Yun'er's attitude. However, after saying this, Zhao Tianan's ears turned even redder. Zhao Yun'er listened and was silent for a moment. She saw that her younger brother seemed particularly shy when he mentioned Ma Xiaofeng. Could it be that his heart was rippling and he had taken a fancy to Ma Xiaofeng? "Was it Ma Xiaofeng who brought you back that day?" Zhao Yun'er asked. Yes. I fell down, and there was no one at the foot of the mountain. If I hadn't met Xiaofeng, I don't know how long I would have to stay at the foot of the mountain." Zhao Tianan lowered his head and said shyly. However, Zhao Yun'er was thinking in her heart. Was it really such a coincidence to meet Ma Xiaofeng? Did that scheming woman deliberately help Zhao Tianan? Thinking about it, she felt that it was unlikely. After all, Zhao Tianan's fall was not something she could have predicted. It was even more impossible for her to stay at the foot of the mountain and wait for Zhao Tianan to have a problem, then go forward to help, right? Perhaps she was thinking too much, and it was just a coincidence. "That's fine. I'll ask Mother to send a caddy of tiger meat over later." Yes. Zhao Tianan listened and nodded happily. Seeing Zhao Tianan's performance, Zhao Yun'er's heart twisted together. This younger brother of hers seemed to be really interested in Ma Xiaofeng. 16 or 17 years old young men were at the peak of their youth. It was normal for them to fall in love with girls. In ancient times, Zhao Tianan was old enough to get married. After all, in ancient times, people got married early. When they got older, it was not easy to talk about marriage. Liang Jinqiao originally planned to wait for Zhao Ping'er to get married, then slowly help Zhao Tianan to make arrangements. In the next 1 or 2 years, he could bring back a wife. If it was another girl, Zhao Yun'er wouldn't think much of it. But Ma Xiaofeng. If Zhao Tianan really married that scheming woman, would she treat Zhao Tianan sincerely? Would he plot against their family? Zhao Yuner sighed. She had to think of a way to prevent her brother from having any thoughts about Ma Xiaofeng. I'm going to shit. Qin Yuan caught a glimpse of Zhao Xinhui coming out of the house and walking in the direction of the latrine. He knew that Zhao Xinhui was definitely going to shit. He came over to the third branch's place to see Zhao Xinhui. But Zhao Xinhui was in his own house, and he was being dragged by Zhao Ping'er. There was no chance at all. Now that he finally got the chance, if he didn't seize it, he might not have the chance to talk to Zhao Xinhui today. Big brother Yuan, I'll go with you, Zhao Ping'er said shyly. I'm going to shit. Why are you following me? Qin Yuan replied unwillingly. Zhao Ping'er pursed her lips and said with some grievance, Big brother Yuan, the last time you squatted in the latrine to shit, your legs went numb from squatting, and you almost fell in. What if I don't go with you this time and you're still like this? The corner of Qin Yuan's mouth twitched, and he said calmly, Don't worry. I won't squat for so long this time, so my legs won't go numb. You're a girl, so you have to be reserved in some things. Don't be so shameless. When I marry you in the future, you'll still embarrass me. Chapter 574. Then Big Brother Yuan. You have to be quick. Got it, got it. Qin Yuan replied a little impatiently. Just as he stepped out of the door, Zhao Ping'er shouted again, Big Brother Yuan. Qin Yuan held back his anger and thought, why is this Zhao Ping'er so annoying? What else is there? Can you finish telling me in one breath? Do you know that you're very annoying like this? Qin Yuan's tone was a little cold as he said plainly, Big Brother Yuan. I wanted to say that you didn't bring any toilet paper. If you realize that you didn't bring any when you're halfway through taking shit, are you going to use your hands to wipe it? As Zhao Ping'er spoke, she handed Qin Yuan the toilet paper aggrievedly. The corner of Qin Yuan's mouth twitched again, and he reached out to take it. Seeing Qin Yuan leave in a huff, Zhao Ping'er sat back down on the stool. She didn't really understand why Qin Yuan would be angry with her. She didn't do anything. Wasn't it a good thing to remind him to bring toilet paper? Zhao Yun was at the side, trying hard not to laugh out loud. This Zhao Ping'er was a weirdo. Qin Yuan was also a weirdo. Previously, she thought that Qin Yuan wasn't bad. He was a delicate-looking little boy. His personality should also be that kind of gentle and quiet. However, she didn't expect that Qin Yuan was just a bag of skin. This person didn't seem to have a good character. It was also good that he was a good match for Zhao Ping'er. That weirdo Zhao Ping'er needed to be taught a lesson. Clearly, in front of Qin Yuan, Zhao Ping'er became an obedient child. Qin Yuan quickly went to the back of old Zhao's house and stood guard in front of the latrine. Little aunt, Qin Yuan called out to Zhao Xinhui, who was in the latrine. My niece-in-law? Zhao Xinhui asked. Yes, it's me, auntie. I'm Qin Yuan. Qin Yuan answered happily. Oh. Why is it that every time I see you, you're always at the latrine? Zhao Xinhui couldn't help but reply indifferently. Qin Yuan smiled awkwardly and said, Auntie, it was a coincidence that we met last time. This time, I saw you coming out of the latrine, so I followed you. Zhao Xinhui was a little displeased when he heard this. Why did you follow me to the latrine? Are you trying to peek at me? No. Aunt, you've misunderstood. Qin Yuan hurriedly waved his hand and explained. He was afraid that Xian Hui would think that he was a hooligan. Auntie, Zhao Ping'er stopped me from looking for you. Now that I saw you come to the latrine, I quickly found an excuse to come over. I see. Zhao Xinhui seemed to be thinking about something. Auntie, did you know? After I left last time, all I could think about was you. Qin Yuan took a deep breath and mustered up the courage to tell Zhao Xinhui. If he didn't confess now, he wouldn't have another chance in the future. If Zhao Xinhui liked him and was willing to marry him, even if he had a hard life and was poor, he would never marry Zhao Ping'er. A girl's faint laughter came from the latrine. Forget it. You're my niece-in-law. Auntie, you're so beautiful, of course I miss you. I can't possibly think about that ugly freak Zhao Ping'er, right? Yes, you're right. Zhao Xinhui wiped her butt and came out of the latrine. Auntie. Qin Yuan was a little excited and stuck to Zhao Xinhui. He pushed her against the wall. What are you doing? Zhao Xinhui asked. Chapter 575. Auntie, I don't want to do anything. I just want to get closer to you. As he spoke, Qin Yuan leaned closer to Zhao Xinhui.
Aren't you afraid that Ping Er will come after me if she sees this?
Zhao Xinhui asked. If Zhao Ping Er dares to hit you again, I'll teach her a lesson. I can't let her ride on my head, Qin Yuan said with a masculine look, protecting Zhao Xinhui. That won't do. I'm Ping Er's auntie, so I'll be your auntie in the future. You can't think of me in your heart, Zhao Xinhui said as she pushed Qin Yuan away. Qin Yuan was a little anxious. But auntie, I like you.
I realize that I fell in love with you at first sight.
All right. It's no use even if you like me. I don't like you. Besides, you'll be marrying Ping Er in the future. Let me tell you, the person I'll be marrying in the future must be someone with status. I won't take a liking to a poor boy like you. Unless you have the ability to stand out among your peers. At that time, I'll consider again. Zhao Xinhui finished speaking, turned around, and left. Qin Yuan looked at Zhao Xinhui's back disappointedly. Stand out among his peers. Can he? Zhao Ping Er waited anxiously. Finally, Qin Yuan returned. Big brother Yuan, if you still didn't come back, I would have gone to the toilet to look for you. Qin Yuan glanced coldly at Zhao Ping Er.
Why are you so long-winded?
Big brother Yuan, I'm just worried about you. Humph, Qin Yuan snorted softly. At this moment, a commotion came from the courtyard. Oh my! Something big has happened. The people in the house hurriedly ran out and saw Zhao Wenshi coming back with Zhao Baoshan on her back. There was even a lot of blood on the ground. Hua Chunhua asked, "What's wrong?" "What's wrong?" "Mother, there's a big cut on father's foot," Zhao Wenshi said. As he spoke, Zhao Wenshi put down Zhao Baoshan and placed him on the chair. He was so tired that he panted heavily and wiped the sweat off his forehead. "Why is there a big cut?" Hua Chunhua asked hurriedly. "I don't know who threw the broken bowl into our family's field. Father stepped on it and accidentally made a big hole. Fortunately, second brother and I were also here. Otherwise, who would send father back? Second brother went to look for Dr. Sunday. He'll be back soon," Zhao Wenshi explained. Hua Chunhua lowered her head and looked at the 5 to 6 centimeters long wound on Zhao Baoshan's foot. She cursed. "Who the hell would do such a wicked thing? If I find out, I'll skin him alive. Old man, don't let anything happen to you. Our family depends on you." The wound on Zhao Baoshan's foot was indeed scary. Blood was dripping down. Because he had lost too much blood, his entire face was somewhat pale. "Yes, father, you have to hold on. Don't let anything happen to you," Zhao Wenshi added. "Father, you're the pillar of our old Zhao family. If anything happens to you, our old Zhao family will be finished." "Father, Dr. Sun will be here soon. You have to hold on." Zhao Baoshan, who was sitting on the chair, was so angry that he took a deep breath and scolded, "What are you shouting about? Are you cursing me to death? You're making it sound like a funeral. It's just a little blood. What's the big deal?" The old Zhao family members were so scared that they didn't dare to open their mouths. "Father, it's good that you're fine. We're just worried about you." Chapter 576. Zhao Baoshan even suspected that his sons wished for him to die. "Father, does your foot hurt? Do you want me to stop the bleeding first? Otherwise it will keep bleeding." Zhao Wenhua walked forward and said with concern. Zhao Wenhua thought that Zhao Baoshan would probably not be able to walk for a while after being tormented like this. Old Zhao's family had a lot of fields. In the past, Zhao Wenhua, Zhao Wentao, and Zhao Baoshan were the ones who did most of the work. His eldest son and second son basically didn't do much work. Now that they had separated from the family, he couldn't interfere with old Zhao's work. Zhao Wentao had to go to the mountains to mine, and Zhao Baoshan was injured. If he relied on Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui, half of the family's fields would be abandoned. "I can't stop it. Let's wait for Dr. Sun to come," Zhao Baoshan replied weakly. Zhao Wenhua sighed and said, "All right then, father." After a while, Zhao Wenshui brought Dr. Sun over. Dr. Sun lived in the village, not far from old Zhao's family, so he came over quickly. He carried a medical box in his hand. As soon as he came over and saw Zhao Baoshan's wound, he sighed and said, "Although it's not very serious, he has lost so much blood. He has to rest well during this period of time. He can't work, and he has to cook more delicious food to nourish his body. Once his blood and qi are replenished, he will be fine." As Dr. Sun spoke, he took out a bottle from the medical box and poured the powder on Zhao Baoshan's wound. The bleeding immediately stopped.
The effect of the medicine was very magical and effective.
Then, Dr. Sun took out a white cloth and bandaged Zhao Baoshan's foot. After everything was done, Dr. Sun stood up and handed over 2 small bottles. After a few words, he began to ask for money. It was such a simple bandage, but Dr. Sun asked for 1 tael of silver. Old Zhao's family felt their hearts ache, but they had to pay. After waiting for Dr. Sun to leave with the silver in satisfaction, Hua Chunhua cursed, "This Dr. Sun is really black-hearted. He needs 1 tael of silver just to see a patient. Why doesn't he just rob a bank?" Li Chueying hurriedly tugged at Hua Chunhua. "Mother, lower your voice. Don't let Dr. Li hear you. Otherwise, he won't treat us next time. He's the only doctor in this village. What can he do? Are you afraid of him?"
Hua Chunhua snorted.
"Mother, you can't say that. We're living in the village. Anyone can fall sick or have a sudden accident, right? If we offend Dr. Sun, we won't be able to save our lives if something happens. I just said a few words. He's already far away. How can he hear me?" Hua Chunhua mumbled. "Well, Mother, by the way, have you thought about what I said to you during the day? I'll also get 1 Shui's medicine by the way." Li Chueying whispered to Hua Chunhua's ear. Hua Chunhua glared at Li Chueying. "Don't you see that your father is injured? How can you spend 1 tael of silver just like that? You're still thinking about it? You're already so old. Aren't you afraid that you'll squeeze my second son dry?" Hua Chunhua was reluctant to spend money. She thought that a simple bandage like Zhao Baoshan already cost 1 tael of silver. If she wanted to get some medicine, she didn't know how much it would cost. The family's expenses were too high these days. She didn't have much savings left. Chapter 577. Can't? Why can't you do it? My second son is tall and strong. How can he not do it? Besides, if he can't do it, how did you 2 have a child? Why didn't you say it before? I think you're the one who's not satisfied. As a woman, don't you know shame? Shameless thing. Hua Chunhua scolded more and more fiercely. Li Chueying only felt wronged. This damned old woman. If she didn't want to take the money, she didn't want to take it. How dare she scold her like that? Our old Zhao family is so unlucky to marry such a shameless woman like you. Hua Chunhua scolded more and more fiercely. Mother, can you stop scolding? Our family is listening. What? You know it's ugly? Shameless bitch. Mother, I'm wrong. Please stop scolding. Li Chueying felt uncomfortable being scolded by Hua Chunhua, but she still had to coax her. Hua Chunhua glared at Li Chueying. Hurry up and get some sugar eggs for your father to nourish his body. Li Chueying agreed and went into the kitchen. Zhao Baoshan was sent into the room by his sons. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenxue sat down in the courtyard. They didn't intend to leave. Eldest brother, second brother, why are you 2 still sitting here? Aren't you going to work in the fields? Hua Chunhua asked in a bad tone. After all, she still felt the pain of spending 1 tael of silver. Mother, eldest brother and I just came back. Let us rest, okay?
There's no man in the family.
If you 2 rest, who will work in the fields? Don't tell me you don't want the harvest? You 2 lazy things. When it's time to eat, you're more diligent than anyone else. When it's time to work, you want to be lazy. Hua Chunhua scolded angrily. Zhao Wenxue and Zhao Wenshi hadn't even warmed up from their seats. After being scolded by Hua Chunhua, they had no choice but to stand up. Mother, is it true that only Big Brother and I are allowed to work on our family's land? Zhao Wenxue curled his lips and asked. If it's not you guys, who else will do it? Don't tell me you expect our women to work in the fields? No, Mother, I was thinking that since father is injured and can't work, why don't we call 4th brother back? Big Brother and I can't do so much. After Zhao Wenxue said that, Hua Chunhua scolded him even more. She directly waved the broom at him. Can't we do that much? If you want to peek, you can peek. Your fourth brother is mining in the mountains. He gets paid quite a bit. If you come back, will you get the money for me? Zhao Wenxue was hit a few times by Hua Chunhua with a stick. He was in pain from being hit by Hua Chunhua and kept complaining. Not only was he in pain, but he was also an adult. It was too embarrassing for him to be chased and beaten by his mother. Mother, don't be like this. I'm not lazy. I'm just in poor health. I can't do much heavy work. Zhao Wenxue defended himself, feeling wronged. It would have been better if he didn't say that. As soon as he said that, Hua Chunhua thought of Zhao Wenshui's poor health and immediately scolded the kitchen. This shameless bitch. She's already so old, but she still tortures her man at night. Her man's body is weak. Zhao Wenshui's mouth twitched. Mother, don't scold Tianyu's mother. What does my weak health have to do with her? Chapter 578. Li Chueying, who was in the kitchen, felt wronged when she heard this. This damned old woman scolded her in front of the whole family. Those who didn't know would think that she was like a wolf or a tiger. Actually, the truth was the opposite of what Hua Chunhua said. She and Zhao Wenxue didn't have sex at night, and they didn't do it for half a month. She just wanted to explain, but it was useless. Hua Chunhua only believed what she thought. Zhao Wenxue felt a little guilty. Mom, stop scolding me in front of the kids. Humph. Hua Chunhua snorted, then went into the room to watch Zhao Baoshan. Brother, let's go. Zhao Wenxue said. Sure, let's go. Zhao Wenxue said. He originally planned to use his poor health as an excuse like Zhao Wenxue did. However, Hua Chunhua scolded Zhao Wenxue, so he didn't dare to do it. Otherwise, his wife would also be scolded by Hua Chunhua. They walked out of the yard of old Zhao's house. On the way, Zhao Wenxue couldn't help but ask with curiosity, Brother, can I ask you a question? Zhao Wenxue was a little curious. What do you want to ask? Brother. Zhao Wenxue smiled a little shyly. Brother, I just want to ask you, how long can you do it at night with my sister-in-law? Zhao Wenxue had never been asked this question before, so when Zhao Wenxue asked Zhao Wenxue, he felt very embarrassed. Well, brother, you have to tell me the truth. I just want to compare, or I don't know whether there's something wrong with my thing. Being questioned by his younger brother, Zhao Wenxue smiled helplessly. Wenxue, I'll be honest with you. Don't laugh at me. I can only hold on for 30 minutes at a time. Half an hour was half an hour, so it was quite long. When Zhao Wenxue heard this, he immediately calmed down. His older brother looked so weak, but he was still able to do it for half an hour each time. However, this wasn't the most shocking part. Zhao Wenxue continued, Wenxue, I'm not good at this job. I heard from other men that they can do it for half an hour at a time, and some can even do it for 2 hours. Alas, Zhao Wenxue sighed. I'm just telling you. To be honest, if other people know it, they'll laugh at me. Brother, don't tell anyone. Zhao Wenxue hurriedly said, Big brother, I know. I definitely won't tell anyone. Yes, yes. By the way, second brother, how long will you last this time? Hearing Zhao Wenshue's question, Zhao Wenxue panicked at once. His older brother already thought that half an hour was too short. If he said that he could only do it for half an hour, Zhao Wenxue would laugh at him. Zhao Wenxue pulled the corner of his mouth awkwardly. Brother, I'm about the same as you. Oh, we're not good at it. Yes, you're right. Let's go and do our work. Don't think about it. Sure. Zhao Wenxue immediately answered. He didn't dare to mention it in front of Zhao Wenxue again. He was asking for humiliation. On the other side, Zhao Yun'er was amazed after watching the drama in old Zhao's house. Chapter 579. After all, they were virgins who were about to get married, and Hua Chunhua had said it so straightforwardly. Liang Jinqiao looked at his daughter and felt a little awkward. Yun'er, let's go inside. Zhao Yun'er responded. Zhao Qian'an's leg was injured, so Zhao Wenhua had to pick the soil at the foot of the mountain. Seeing that her father did not rest, Zhao Yun'er felt a little distressed. Mother, send some tiger meat to Ma Xiaofeng's family later. Since she helped Tianan, we should at least show some appreciation.
Got it, Yuner.
Liang Jinqiao nodded. Actually, even if Zhao Yuner did not say it, she also had the same idea in her heart. Mother, let me go. Xiaofeng and I have a good relationship. Just let me go. Zhao Pinger stood up and suddenly became very attentive. Liang Jinqiao also felt that it was fine.
It would save him the trouble of making a trip there.
Okay, I'll go get the meat now. Okay. Liang Jinqiao cut a caddy of meat, tied it with straw, and handed it to Zhao Pinger. Brother Yuan, come with me too. I can introduce you to Xiaofeng. Qin Yuan wanted to say that he did not want to go, but Liang Jinqiao smiled and said, Qin Yuan, you can accompany Pinger and walk around the village. Since Liang Jinqiao had already spoken, Qin Yuan could not refuse. He could only respond, Okay, Auntie. Let's go, Brother Yuan. Zhao Pinger happily wanted to hold Qin Yuan's arm, but Qin Yuan avoided her. Qin Yuan's eyes revealed a trace of disdain. What do you want? Brother Yuan. I just want to be closer to you. Why do you want to be so close to me? You haven't married into my family yet. Don't be afraid of being seen by others. Okay. Zhao Pinger felt a little wronged. Seeing Zhao Pinger leave, Liang Jinqiao smiled. Yuner, I think Pinger has become more diligent. If it's a normal day, she wouldn't offer to help deliver things. Zhao Yuner chuckled. Mother, you don't know Ping. Ping's not because she's diligent. She wants to show off her Qin Yuan. Liang Jinqiao was a little puzzled. Pinger went out to show off? What's there to show off? Mother, don't you know? People in the village all say that Pinger is very ugly and probably won't be able to get married for the rest of her life. Now that she has found a man who is willing to marry her, and he is a handsome man, of course she wants to show off. Liang Jinqiao nodded. I see. If Zhao Yuner hadn't mentioned it, Liang Jinqiao wouldn't have thought of it. At this time, Zhao Pinger was indeed showing off her Qin Yuan around the village just as Zhao Yuner had said. She introduced him to everyone she met. Aunt Guizhi, this is my future husband. Pinger, you're really going to get married? Of course. Tut-tut-tut, your husband is very good-looking. Yes, Aunt Guizhi. Zhao Pinger answered excitedly with a sweet smile on her face. Pinger, congratulations. Thank you, Aunt Guizhi. Haha. Aunt Guizhi turned around and murmured, This young man is really stupid. Why would he want to marry such an ugly woman? Zhao Pinger didn't hear Aunt Guizhi's words, but Qin Yuan did. Chapter 580. Zhao Pinger asked nervously, What's wrong, Brother Yuan? Can you not say that when you see people? Qin Yuan said coldly. Brother Yuan, you're so ugly, but don't you feel ashamed of yourself? Whenever I walk with you, I'll be laughed at. Do you want to see me being laughed at? Qin Yuan got angrier as he spoke. Zhao Pinger is such an ugly woman. Not only is she ugly, but she's also stupid. I'm so angry. Brother Yuan, are you mad at me? Then I won't say it, okay? I'll listen to you, okay? Zhao Pinger asked carefully, as if she was afraid that Qin Yuan would continue to be angry. Don't talk to me, don't get close to me, and just pretend that you don't know me. Oh! Zhao Pinger glanced at Qin Yuan and answered pitifully. When Zhao Yuner returned home from old Zhao's house, Daodu and Mu Lianfeng were both in the house. Mu Lianfeng had washed all the bowls and chopsticks in the kitchen, and the table was also wiped clean. The father and son sat down at the table, and each of them had a pen in their hand, and they were writing and drawing on a piece of paper. Sitting together, they looked especially harmonious. Zhao Yuner didn't have the heart to disturb the father and son, but her footsteps still startled them. The two of them turned their heads at the same time and looked at Zhao Yuner. Zhao Yuner smiled and said, What are you writing? Mother, Daodu and father are drawing. Zhao Yuner couldn't help but feel a little confused. Really? Yes. Zhao Yuner couldn't help but feel curious. She moved closer and asked Daodu, Oh? Then what are you drawing? Daodu raised the painting in his hand and showed it to Zhao Yuner. Mother, Daodu is painting our family. Zhao Yuner took it and looked at Daodu's drawing. It was an abstract drawing of 3 little people connected together. Daodu introduced in a soft voice. This is Daddy, this is Mommy, and this is Daodu. Although it was not very beautiful, Zhao Yuner felt that the painting was unusually warm when she saw it. She praised Daodu. Daodu, you're amazing. You painted it so well.
Hee hee. Then what did your father draw?
I don't know. Daodu can't understand it. Zhao Yuner looked at it. Mu Lianfeng had drawn some patterns on the paper. She couldn't understand them and didn't know what they were. Mu Lianfeng, this is the design blueprint for mining. In the past few days, Mo Yan has taken the workers up the mountain to check it out. A small mine can already be mined, but the big mine hasn't been started yet. There's a certain amount of risk in mining this big mine. I have to design it well first. Some places still have to be drilled to extract the ore, ensure ventilation, and have tunnels. Mu Lianfeng explained to Zhao Yuner. Zhao Yuner could only understand the general idea. Mining was also a technical job, especially in ancient times. The conditions and equipment were not as good as in modern times. It was even more troublesome to mine. Of course, we have to design it well and prepare it well. After all, if something went wrong and the consequences were serious, the safety of the workers could not be guaranteed. Yes, yes. Mu Lianfeng nodded in response. Then you can continue. I won't disturb you. Okay. As Mu Lianfeng spoke, he lowered his head and continued to draw on the paper. Chapter 581. Actually, this man had too many outstanding aspects. It was just that she was too close to him, so she neglected them. Zhao Yuner was not idle either. Both father and son were writing and drawing. She also picked up a pen and paper and started drawing. She was drawing the house that she was going to build for her family. Since she was going to build it, she had to make it different from the village. The buildings in the ancient village were relatively simple. They only had 1 floor, and most of them were adobe houses. There were very few brick houses. They were relatively simple, similar to the courtyard house style. Zhao Yuner felt that this kind of house was a little rustic. Most importantly, it was not very practical. It was not very comfortable to live in. She planned to combine the characteristics of the houses in this era and build a special one. She designed a small balcony on the 2nd floor, with some flowers and a few tables and chairs. If she had nothing to do, she could go and drink tea. Daodu and Mu Lianfeng would write and draw in the attic. It should be more artistic. After a while, the new house appeared on Zhao Yuner's drawing paper. After the house was built, Zhao Yuner wanted Zhao Wenhua to surround the courtyard with a wooden fence. Some vines and morning glories would be planted on the fence. Some flowers and fruit trees would be planted in the courtyard. In this way, the house would become a paradise on earth. In the 21st century, she wanted to build a house like this in the countryside when she was old. She did not expect that it would be realized in advance. After finishing the painting, the sky outside gradually darkened. The few of them were so focused that they forgot about the time. Zhao Yuner stretched her body. She sighed and got ready to cook. Yuner, let me help you too, Mu Lianfeng said. No need. You do your thing. Mu Lianfeng still got up. It's okay, Yuner. Let's eat together. I'll do my thing after we're done. Zhao Yuner smiled. Okay then. Okay. Mu Lianfeng followed. The 2 figures got busy in the kitchen. Yuner, I might come back very late these few days. Or I might stay on the mountain. Very busy. Yeah. We still have to make proper preparations for the mine. It's rather troublesome. Mo Yan won't be able to deal with it all by herself. Don't worry about it, I'll take care of Daodu. She was not the kind of woman who could not leave a man. Moreover, Mu Lianfeng had his own things to do. Yuner, after I'm done with my work, I'll set up a stall in Yang City with you, okay? Zhao Yuner was amused by Mu Lianfeng. If the heir really opened a stall to buy breakfast, her stall would be surrounded by people. Aren't you afraid of being laughed at? Zhao Yuner asked with a smile. It's their business if they want to laugh, but it's my business if I want to go. I can't bear to see my wife working hard. Forget it, Mu Lianfeng. You still can't go. If you go and you're discovered by the heir's family, I don't know what they'll say about me. They might even say that I don't know how to behave properly and enslave the heir. At that time, your grandmother won't like me even more. Zhao Yuner knew that if Mu Lianfeng really went, the situation would only become worse. Mu Lianfeng sighed. He looked at Zhao Yuner with pity in his eyes. All right then. Yun. Thank you for your hard work.
It's not hard at all.
Seeing that this family was getting better and better, she could directly ignore the hard work that she originally had. Chapter 582. It was Mulan's sister-in-law, Madame Qi, who made the sound of I-O-I-O. Mulan specially went down to the field with Zhu Eru and put the tiger meat with laxatives in the cupboard to give Madame Qi a chance to eat it. Sure enough, when Mulan came back from the field, she saw Madame Qi holding her stomach and rushing to the latrine.
Ouch, my stomach, what's wrong?
Madame Qi yelled as she clutched her stomach. She had already pooped more than 10 times. If she continued to poop, the intestines in her stomach would be pulled out, and her chrysanthemum would be very painful. Madame Qi held her stomach and shouted. She seemed to be exhausted and her complexion became abnormally bad. Mulan saw it and felt a burst of joy. She didn't sympathize with Madame Qi at all. She deserved it. If she used some tricks, wouldn't her tiger meat be eaten for nothing? Sister-in-law, what's wrong with you? Are you sick? Mulan's eyes flashed with a smile, and she pretended to be concerned and asked Madame Qi. My stomach hurts so much. I've had diarrhea several times. Madame Qi said pitifully, holding her stomach. Sister-in-law, did you eat something bad? Something bad? Madame Qi frowned. She didn't eat anything today, except for eating Mulan's tiger meat. Thinking of the tiger meat, Madame Qi felt guilty. Could it be the tiger meat's problem? Yes, sister-in-law, you can't eat anything, or it's easy to have a stomachache. I just ate as usual. It's nothing. Why does my stomach hurt? Madame Qi muttered. Sister-in-law, you didn't eat my tiger meat, did you? Mulan asked cautiously. Madame Qi's face suddenly turned red. After a few seconds, she replied angrily. Second sister-in-law, what do you mean? Who ate your tiger meat? Mulan smiled. Sister-in-law, I didn't mean that. I just wanted to say that these 2 days, I felt that the tiger meat in my house must have been eaten by rats, so I added some laxatives. Now that I see you pooping so badly, I wonder if you ate my tiger meat. That's not the reason why I have a stomachache. Have you ever seen someone with diarrhea? Madame Qi still refused to admit it. Mulan smirked. Sister-in-law, I didn't say that my family's tiger meat is for you to eat. I'm just reminding you. In the future, I'll probably put some medicine in it from time to time. Next time, I might put rat poison in it. Don't eat it by mistake. Otherwise, you'll lose your life. When Madame Qi heard this, she broke out in a cold sweat. Was Mulan doing this on purpose? She should be glad that she didn't eat rat poison but laxatives this time. Otherwise, she would be lying on the ground, unable to move. Dong dong dong. Madame Qi couldn't hold it in and let out another stinky fart. The thing in her stomach wanted to come out.
Madame Qi hurriedly covered her stomach and rushed to the latrine.
Mulan looked at Madame Qi's face, which was red because she tried to hold it in, and felt even more satisfied. Madame Qi was still thick-skinned and refused to admit it.
Lan what are you laughing at?
Zhu Eru asked curiously. Mulan told Zhu Eru what happened. Chapter 583. Zhu Eru shook his head. No, Mulan, I think you did the right thing. Sister-in-law shouldn't have done this. Eru, as long as you don't blame me. Fool, you're kind-hearted, but it doesn't mean that you can be bullied like this. Sister-in-law is riding on your head. I can't protect her and not you, right? I know very well that you're my wife, the person I want to protect for the rest of my life. Mulan felt sweet in her heart. As long as her man was on her side, everything was fine. The bitter days would eventually pass. Madame Qi rushed into the latrine, but the latrine door was closed. Who's in the latrine? Madame Qi asked anxiously. Sister-in-law, it's me. Zhu Sonlu replied. Third brother, hurry up. I can't hold it in any longer. Madame Qi's tone revealed a trace of urgency. Zhu Sonlu had just squatted down when his stomach also hurt badly.
he said to Madame Qi. Sister-in-law, you've occupied the latrine for the whole afternoon.
I've just arrived and you're already rushing me. Isn't that too unkind? Zhu Sonlu's words made Madame Qi blush.
Third brother, I can't hold it in any longer.
That won't do. Sister-in-law, my stomach hurts badly. You have to let me take a dump. Okay. Third brother, hurry up. Madame Qi had to continue holding it in.
Her stomach was churning like waves, but Zhu Sonlu stayed in the latrine with no intention of coming out.
Third brother, you've been here for too long, haven't you?
Madame Qi's tone had a trace of complaint.
Sister-in-law, compared with you, I haven't been here for too long. I think it'll take another quarter of an hour. Bear with it.
Hearing Zhu Sonlu say that there was still a quarter of an hour, Madame Qi really couldn't hold it in anymore.
No, third brother, let's do it together. Anyway, two people can squat in the latrine. After Madame Qi finished speaking, she couldn't care less. She directly pushed the door in, took off her stomach, and squatted down side by side with Zhu Sonlu. She heard a few dong sounds and Madame Qi breathed comfortably. If he had been a step later, he would have probably pooped in his pants. Zhu Sonlu was stunned. He didn't expect Qi Shi to barge in like this. Sister-in-law, do you think it's a good idea? Zhu Sonlu swallowed his saliva and asked.
He stared at Madame Qi's big white butt and felt an itch in his heart.
That can't be helped. Third brother, you can't let me poop all over my pants. If people find out, won't they laugh at me? Madame Qi said indifferently. In fact, the moment she thought of rushing in, she was also a little embarrassed.
However, on second thought, Zhu Sonlu's thing down there was useless, and he couldn't do anything to her, so she hesitated for a few seconds before coming in.
Sister-in-law, I'm a man. If a woman like you squatted with me, wouldn't we be laughed at even more? Zhu Sonlu continued to swallow his saliva and asked. When his elder brother and sister-in-law were doing it at night, the room was too dark, so they couldn't see clearly. He didn't expect his sister-in-law to have such a white butt despite her looks. He couldn't help but reach out his hand to touch Madame Qi's big white butt. It was smooth and warm and felt good. Chapter 584. Sister-in-law. Your butt is so white. Zhu Sonlu exclaimed. Seeing Zhu Sonlu's lecherous eyes, Mrs. Qi was scared. Sonlu, I'm your sister-in-law. How can you do this? Don't stare at my butt. Sister-in-law, you came out to squat in the toilet with me. Aren't you doing this for me to see? You even took off your pants. Do you think I can't see it? Zhu Sonlu smiled with a hint of lewdness in his smile. You bastard, what are you talking about? I had no choice but to come in. You make it sound like I did it on purpose for you to see. Mrs. Qi's face flushed with anger. She was shy and annoyed. All right, sister-in-law, don't be angry. I'm just joking with you. It's okay to have a look. I can't do anything to you now. Zhu Sonlu was afraid that Mrs. Qi would be scared. If Mrs. Qi was scared away, he wouldn't be able to see what would happen next. Mrs. Qi snorted. It's good that you know it. Since the thing below is gone, don't think about it anymore. Zhu Sonlu let out a wretched laugh. Before they squatted in the toilet for a while, Zhu Dainiu came to find them. Zhu Dainiu wanted to ask Mrs. Qi where the money was. There was no wine in their house, so he went to buy some wine. Zhu Dainiu didn't find Mrs. Qi in the house, so he asked his family members. Mulan told him that Mrs. Qi went to the toilet. Zhu Dainiu ran directly to the latrine pit. He originally thought that Madame Qi was the only one in the latrine pit. His wife had nothing to hide, so he went over and directly pushed the latrine door open. After seeing the scene inside, Zhu Dainiu was stunned. There were two people squatting side by side in the toilet. One was his third brother, and the other was his wife. They were obviously shocked. They didn't expect that he would suddenly break in. Zhu Dainiu rubbed his eyes in shock to make sure that he didn't see wrong. He looked at them carefully again. There was no mistake. They were his third brother and his wife. Both of them took off their pants, showing their white buttocks. Zhu Dainiu was instantly enraged. What were they doing? If he hadn't come in, he wouldn't have known that they had done such a thing. He probably hid in the latrine pit on purpose. If it was somewhere else,
He was afraid of being seen. You bastard! How dare you seduce your sister-in-law? Zhu Daniu scooped Zhu Sanlu up and threw a punch at Zhu Sanlu's face. Zhu Sanlu fell heavily to the ground, causing a lot of pain.
Ouch! Zhu Sanlu screamed. He hadn't even wiped his butt or pulled up his pants when Zhu Daniu threw him out. Zhu Sanlu's screams attracted the attention of the other family Zhu members. Qi Shi's situation was the same as Zhu Sanlu's. Zhu Daniu pulled Qi Shi out as if he had eaten a bomb and scolded her. You shameless woman! How dare you have an affair with your brother-in-law? Aren't you afraid of losing my face? You've made me a cuckold. Mrs. Qi saw Zhu Daniu's eyes as if he was going to eat her alive. She trembled in fear. Daniu, I think you must have misunderstood something. Please listen to my explanation. Zhu Daniu snorted. Explanation? What else do you have to explain? Bitch, I was so blind to have married you. Chapter 585. Wah! Madame Qi began to cry at the top of her lungs. It was so painful that half of her face seemed to be swollen. She had been married to Zhu Daniu for so long, and Zhu Daniu had never treated her like this. This was the first time he had hit her. Zhu Daniu stared coldly at Madame Qi on the ground and said to her, You're still crying, and you still have the face to cry. Damn woman, if I find out that you're doing this again, I'll break your legs. When Zhu Eru, Mrs. Zhu, and Mulan went over, they saw Zhu Sanlu and Madame Qi naked on the ground. Zhu Eru and Mulan quickly looked away. This scene was really unbearable to look at. When Zhu Sanlu saw Mrs. Zhu coming over, he cried at Mrs. Zhu. Mother, oh, it hurts so much. The old injuries on his body had not healed, and he had to add new injuries so soon. When Mrs. Zhu saw Zhu Sanlu crying so miserably, she asked with heartache, Lu, what's wrong with you? Mother, woo-woo, big brother hit me. When Mrs. Zhu heard this, she glared sharply at Zhu Daniu. You damn child. Can't you see that your third brother is still injured? How can you be so cruel? I'm so angry. My Lu, how are you? Let mother take a look. Woo-woo, mother, my butt hurts from the fall. Mrs. Zhu saw that Zhu Sanlu's pants had not been pulled up, and his butt had fallen on the stone. Coincidentally, there was a sharp spot on the stone that cut Zhu Sanlu's butt, and it was bleeding. No wonder Zhu Sanlu cried out in pain. Ah Lu, you have to bandage it properly. Mrs. Zhu's heart ached for Zhu Sanlu, so she vented all her anger on Zhu Daniu. You don't know how to control your strength. No matter what happened, you can't treat your brother like this. Seriously. I think you just want to put Lu Er's life on the line. If you really want him to die, then you'll have to kill me first. At this moment, Zhu Daniu felt that his mother was too biased. Previously, when Zhu Eru was angry at Zhu Sanlu, Mrs. Zhu defended him as a bystander, so it was easy for him to speak. Now, he did not expect that it would fall on his head. Mother, third brother deserves to be beaten. Why are you protecting him? You don't know what kind of bastard he has done. After Zhu Daniu finished speaking, Zhu Eru and Mulan stretched their ears to listen. They wanted to know what was going on. Old Madame Zhu unhappily replied, Then tell me what kind of beastly thing your third brother did to you. If you don't explain clearly today, this old woman will definitely not forgive you. Zhu Daniu sneered. All right, mother, then I'll tell you. Third brother actually seduced his own sister-in-law. After Zhu Daniu finished speaking, their gazes fell on Madame Qi. Madame Qi was pulling up her pants halfway. She looked at Zhu Sanlu and then at Madame Qi. Both of them had their big white buttocks exposed just now. It really made her think of that. Mrs. Zhu began to feel guilty. If what Zhu Daniu said was true, then she could not blame Zhu Daniu for hitting Zhu Sanlu. Lu, how can you do this? How dare you touch your sister-in-law? Hurry up and apologize to your brother. Mrs. Zhu said sternly. In fact, she was protecting Zhu Sanlu and waiting for him to apologize. If Zhu Daniu hit him so hard again, she would also have something to say to Zhu Daniu. Chapter 586. What's wrong? Lu, tell me. What was it like? Mrs. Zhu asked in a hurry. Mom, how could I seduce my sister-in-law? I can't even use my penis. How could I seduce her? After Zhu Sonlu said that, Mrs. Zhu agreed with him. Zhu Daniu was struck dumb for a second. He suddenly felt that he might have been too impulsive. What his third younger brother said made sense. Since his penis was gone, it was impossible for him to seduce her. Well, what's wrong with you? Zhu Daniu still asked coldly. Brother, if you want to blame someone, blame my sister-in-law. I was doing my job inside, but she insisted on coming in with me. What could I do? Zhu Sonlu pushed all the blame to Mrs. Qi. Zhu Daniu's furious gaze landed on Madam Qi. Mrs. Qi's heart skipped a beat, and she hurriedly said, Daniu, I didn't know what to do. My stomach hurts badly. If I don't go in with my third younger brother, I can't hold it in my pants. Besides, my third younger brother has lost his penis, so he's not a man anymore. It's not a big deal for me to squat in the toilet with him. Saying that, Mrs. Qi pulled up her pants and looked at Zhu Daniu carefully. She was afraid that Zhu Daniu would slap her again. Zhu Daniu frowned, but before he could lose his temper, Mrs. Zhu scolded him. You shameless bitch! How could you say that about your third younger brother? You're cursing him to be unable to recover for the rest of his life. Lu, or has to get married and have children in the future. Being scolded by old Madame Zhu, Qi Shi angrily glared at old Madame Zhu. If it weren't for today's special situation where she wasn't sure if Zhu Daniu would protect her, she would have a fight with old Madame Zhu. At this moment, she could only nervously watch Zhu Daniu's reaction. Even though he knew that Zhu Sonlu and Qi Shi were innocent, Zhu Daniu was still very angry. He scolded Qi Shi, if you can't hold it in, why don't you find a place to hide? Why do you have to squeeze together with third brother? I think a stinky woman like you is asking for a beating. As he spoke, he walked to Madame Qi's side and dragged her to fight. Today, I must teach you a lesson, bitch. Madame Qi was dragged away by Zhu Daniu like a mop. Mrs. Zhu shouted from behind. Hit her. Hit her properly. This woman needs to be taught a lesson. Otherwise, she won't know the severity of her actions. For a moment, the family Zhu's courtyard was filled with screams. They were all from the Qi family. After hearing that, Mrs. Zhu was secretly pleased. She had been bullied by the Qi's group for a long time. Now that she finally saw the Qi's group being humiliated, she felt indescribably happy. Mulan, on the other hand, frowned. Hearing the Qi family's screams, she was frightened. It seemed that Zhu Daniu beat Madame Qi very hard. Her sister-in-law was so pitiful. Although she sympathized with her, she couldn't intervene. Alas! Mulan sighed. She had something to do with the Qi family's problem. If she hadn't used laxatives, the Qi family wouldn't have been so suffocated and wouldn't have rushed into the latrine pit again and again. Although the Qi family had stolen food from her family and pooped so many times, the punishment was enough. Now, Zhu Eru seemed to have guessed what Mulan was thinking. He patted Mulan's shoulder and comforted Mulan. Don't think about it. Let's go back to the room. Mulan nodded. Sure. Oh, Eru. Mulan suddenly looked to Zhu Eru. Chapter 587. Eru, will you beat me like our eldest brother did in the future? Zhu Eru smiled. Lan what are you thinking? No matter what you've done, I'm a man, and I won't beat you. Our eldest brother. I think he was too impulsive. Mulan nodded with a touch of sweetness in her heart. Eru, you're the best. Let's go. Don't think about it. Wait, Eru. Mrs. Zhu called him. What's wrong, Mom? Zhu Eru asked. Eru, your third younger brother's but is injured, and he can't walk. Can you carry him back? Zhu Eru coldly glanced at Zhu Sonlu. Mom, he deserves it. I can't help him. Besides, it was our eldest brother who beat him. If you want to punish him, go to him. After that, Zhu Eru completely ignored Mrs. Zhu and pulled Mulan away. The next morning, on the way to the breakfast stand, Zhao Yuner and Mulan told Zhao Yuner what had happened to Mrs. Qi, and Zhao Yuner couldn't stop giggling. There were weirdos everywhere, but it seemed that there were many weirdos around her. Mulan, your eldest sister-in-law deserved it. Well, it's just too miserable. Mulan recalled that Mrs. Qi had been beaten up by Zhu Daniu, and her unfinished poop had also been beaten up by Zhu Daniu.
As a result, Mrs. Qi smelled so bad that she felt disgusted just thinking about it. Only God can punish a bitch. Your eldest sister-in-law will be punished sooner or later, so you don't need to feel guilty. Being comforted by Zhao Yuner, Mulan felt a little better. The three of them soon arrived at the town and started to set up the breakfast stand. Yili came over at 6 o'clock. Today, he was dressed as usual. He was dressed in black and looked very cool. There was not much expression on his face. He looked very cold, but this kind of appearance made him look very handsome. Sure enough, just as Mulan had said, Yili's arrival had attracted a lot of young ladies and young women. Yi Li, on the other hand, was eating his breakfast calmly, as if he was not affected by the attention of the crowd. He was already used to this kind of situation. Seeing that business was doing so well, Mulan smiled at Zhao Yuner and said, "Yuner, I think we can exempt Yi Li from paying for breakfast. Now that he's here, we can earn more than that." The corners of Zhao Yuner's mouth curled up, and she joked with Mulan, "I see that you're also attracted by his beauty, right? You're speaking up for him so quickly?" "Yuner, you can't make fun of me like that." Mulan pouted. Okay. I won't talk about you. Haha, but I can consider what you said. With such a flexible signboard, our business has indeed improved a lot. Haha. That's exactly what I think. Sitting at the table, Yi Li's ears twitched. He heard Zhao Yuner and Mulan's conversation, and a smile appeared on his originally cold face. He actually didn't know that his beauty could be used in this way. Otherwise, he would have cleaned himself up earlier and come over to Zhao Yuner's place to eat and drink. Everyone, don't squeeze. Slowly line up. Everything is available. Come one by one. Zhao Yuner saw that the situation was getting out of hand, so she raised her voice and called out to them. Chapter 588. When it came to handsome men, women in ancient times and modern times were really the same. Sighs could be heard from the group of women from time to time. Wow. Isn't he too good-looking? How can there be such a good-looking man? Yeah, I've never seen such a good-looking man in Yong City. Judging from his clothes, he shouldn't be an ordinary person, right? I really want to ask him. Zhao Yuner's mouth twitched uncontrollably. Was there a need to be so exaggerated and crazy? Wasn't it just a good-looking man? Girls didn't know how to be more reserved. At 8 or 9 o'clock, the sky suddenly darkened. It looks like it's going to rain, Mulan said. I think it's going to rain. Zhao Yuner frowned slightly. It would be troublesome if it rained. Not only would it be inconvenient for her to set up her stall, but there would also be fewer people coming out. She wouldn't be able to sell many things. Also, it would be troublesome for her to go back. She didn't know it would rain when she came over today, so she didn't bring anything like an umbrella or a straw cape. Did she have to go back in the rain? Not long after, the rain started to fall. It was faster than Zhao Yuner expected. The number of customers decreased by more than half. As the rain became heavier, the originally few customers gradually disappeared. Looks like we have to pack up and go back. Zhao Yuner sighed. Fortunately, there were many customers today and they had basically sold everything. It was just that the rain was so heavy that they didn't know how to go back. Also, the tables and chairs were still outside, supported by the tent. The rain wouldn't fall in, but it would be difficult to move them back into the small house. Yes. Let's pack up. It looks like there won't be any customers coming. Okay. The three of them arranged to pack up the things. When they moved the tables and chairs, the three of them started to feel troubled. They couldn't possibly move the things in such a heavy rain, right? Looking at the situation, the rain wouldn't stop for a while. They couldn't just wait here forever. Just as they were worrying, Yi Li rushed into the rain. Yuner, where did he go? Mulan asked curiously. Zhao Yuner shook her head. I don't know either. It's raining so heavily, but he didn't even take shelter. It's so cold, what if he catches a cold? Mulan said with some worry. Zhao Yuner looked at the figure that flew out and sighed in her heart. This man was a little strange. He didn't even say anything when he left. It's okay. He's strong. He shouldn't catch a cold so easily. Really? Of course. Don't tell me he doesn't know?
He looks a little silly. Maybe he really doesn't know.
Mulan, it seems that you care more about him than brother Eru.
Zhao Yuner couldn't help but tease.
Mulan blushed and said,
I was just thinking that if he fell sick, who would be our signboard?
Haha, are you sure you're not concerned because he's good-looking?
Mulan quickly shook her head.
Yuner, don't make fun of me. If Eru finds out, he'll probably be jealous.
Okay.
Zhao Yuner knew that women who were infatuated with men were just infatuated with men.
She thought of Yi Li.
If this man fell sick, there would be no one by his side. Who would take care of him? He was quite pitiful.
Chapter 589. Let's wait for another 30 minutes.
If it's still raining, we'll move the things in the rain.
All right then, we'll wait for another 30 minutes.
The three of them sat down. There was still some food on the stall, so they took it out and ate as they waited. In less than 15 minutes, Yi Li came back with a few umbrellas in his hands, but he was completely drenched. Zhao Yun was a little surprised and opened her mouth.
This guy, didn't he run away? Why did he come back? Why did you come back?
Zhao Yuner asked.
I bought umbrellas for you. Here.
Yi Li handed each of them an umbrella. A different kind of feeling emerged in Zhao Yuner's heart. So he ran out to buy umbrellas for them.
Thank you. You're such a nice person.
Mulan took the umbrellas and thanked him.
You're welcome.
Let me help you move your tables inside. I'm already drenched anyway. Yi Li's black eyes moved slightly as he looked at the tables and chairs in Zhao Yuner's stall. Won't this be too much trouble for you?
Liang Jinqiao looked a little embarrassed.
It's fine, Auntie. As Yi Li spoke, he took the tables and chairs in each hand and carried them into the house as if they were small things. They watched as Yi Li moved the things around much more easily than they did. In less than 3 minutes, everything was moved inside. Rainwater flowed down Yi Li's hair. Seeing Yi Li like this, Liang Jinqiao hurriedly said, "Child, go back and get some hot water to wash up and soak yourself in.
We've really troubled you today."
Yi Li nodded in response. Before he left, he said to Zhao Yuner, "I'll get going first then."
Okay. Be careful on the road. Also, thank you.
Zhao Yuner's lips curled into a faint smile. He had really helped her many times. Zhao Yuner was grateful to the man who helped her. It seemed that she had to do as Mulan said. The next time he came to eat at her stall, she would not charge him. After all, he had helped her and used it as a signboard. If she were to ask for more money, she would be too stingy.
Yuner, we have umbrellas now. Can we go back now?
Mulan asked, holding the umbrella. Zhao Yuner glanced at Yi Li's back as he left. She nodded and said, "Okay, let's go. From the looks of it, we won't be able to stop working for a while. We still have to go home and cook."
All right then.
They packed up the things and put them in the car. Then, he got into the car. It was raining so heavily that even with umbrellas, it was inevitable that they would be drenched by the rain. Their trousers were wet. After all, it was spring and the weather was a little cold. The three of them could not help but shrink back. "Yuner, there's something I want to say," Mulan whispered in Zhao Yuner's ear. "What's the matter?"
"Yuner, I think that Yi Li seems to be interested in you.
Seeing how attentive he is, he must have taken a liking to you, right?" Zhao Yuner's mouth twitched. "Sister-in-law Mulan, don't joke around.
It's true.
The way he looks at you is a little different. It's like how a man looks at a woman he likes. It's no use even if he likes me. I already have the heir presumptive," Zhao Yuner muttered. "I know you already have the heir presumptive.
I just wanted to tell you.
Sigh, what a pity. He's so good-looking. If he knew that you had a son and a husband, he would probably be very sad." It was obvious that Mulan was very sympathetic towards Yi Li. She even seemed to feel a little sorry for him.
Chapter 590.
If it weren't for Yi Li's good looks, Mulan probably wouldn't be like this. "Sister-in-law Mulan, since you care so much about him, why don't you take him in?"
Mulan's face turned red.
"Yun, what nonsense are you talking about? How could I?" The three of them sat in the cart.
Little Hare had a hard time pulling. The road was full of mud and stuck to the wheels. It was very difficult to pull. We won't be able to set up a stall tomorrow, right? Mulan asked. Well, it's raining so heavily. It's inconvenient to go back and forth. There aren't many customers, so we really can't set up a stall. They didn't know how long the rain would continue. If it continued for a few days, then they wouldn't be able to set up a stall for a few days. Thinking about it, this business of hers was really difficult. Once they encountered such a natural situation, they couldn't do it. Setting up a stall was tiring, although the income was quite considerable. But if it was a big business, it wouldn't necessarily be bad. Zhao Yun suddenly thought of opening a restaurant. If she opened a restaurant, she naturally wouldn't be afraid of this kind of special situation. Even if it was raining, the restaurant could still operate as usual. Most importantly, the restaurant could make more money faster than her breakfast stall. It was just that the initial investment cost was a little higher. Her cooking was good, and she could cook dishes that this era didn't have. She didn't have to worry about the restaurant business. For the time being, she would still run the breakfast stall. She would think about the restaurant after she made enough money. It took about an hour for the three of them to arrive at the village. Many parts of her body were wet. Zhao Yun hurried back, changed into a clean set of clothes, and then burned some wood to keep warm. After about 10 minutes, her body, which was originally cold and stiff, warmed up. Dao Du was sent back by Zhao Tianfu. His body was also a little wet, but it wasn't very wet. Zhao Yun pulled Dao Du to the fire to dry his clothes. Mother is going to cook for Dao Du, Zhao Yun said with a smile. Yes, yes. Dao Du is coming too. Mother, is father not coming back for dinner today? Yeah. All right then. Then Mother and Dao Du will eat. Dao Du's eyes revealed a trace of disappointment. Yeah. Zhao Yun nodded and patted Dao Du. It's okay. It's just a few days. Your father will be back soon to accompany you. I know, Mother. Dao Du's lips curled up into a sweet smile. The two of them went into the kitchen, and Zhao Yun made a simple meal of 2 dishes and a soup. She and Dao Du had enough. Zhao Yun was a little worried about Mu Lianfeng's situation in such heavy rain. Would something happen to him on the mountain? How could they enter the mountain in such heavy rain? The floor was so slippery that he slipped and fell. If he fell down the mountain, who knew how serious the situation would be? After dinner, what Zhao Yun was worried about happened. Li Zhang hurriedly ran to Zhao Yun's house and said to Zhao Yun, Yun, bad news, bad news. There's a landslide on the mountain, and the heir slipped down. We still can't find him. Although we've sent people to continue looking for him, we still have to tell you about this. Zhao Yun saw that Lu Fugui's forehead was covered in cold sweat. She was extremely anxious. After all, with the heir's status, if something happened to him in the village, Li Zhang might be implicated. When Zhao Yun heard this, her whole person was stunned. Uncle Li Zhang, you mean we don't know if the heir is alive or dead? Zhao Yun asked with a trembling voice. Chapter 591. No one would have expected something like this to happen. Landslides were normal in heavy rain. Currently, the most difficult thing was the heavy rain. It was really troublesome to find someone. Moreover, the mountain was so big. Who knew where Mu Lianfeng had fallen to? Yun girl, don't worry too much. Shi Ziyi has his own heaven's blessing. Nothing will happen to him. Lu Fugui comforted, as if he was comforting Zhao Yun, but also as if he was comforting himself. I understand. Uncle Li Zhang, please inform me. No problem. Yun, I'll go back first. Okay. Zhao Yun responded. After Lu Fugui left, Dao Du asked worriedly, Mother, is father in danger? Will he come back to accompany Dao Du? Zhao Yun didn't know how to answer Dao Du. What if Mu Lianfeng didn't come back? What should she do? Dao Du. Mother doesn't know. How about this? Mother will hear that you went to grandmother's place. Then Mother will go look for your father. What do you think? Dao Du nodded obediently and responded. Okay. Mother, you have to be careful too. I know. Don't worry. Mother will definitely find your father. Okay. Zhao Yun then sent Dao Du to the 3rd branch. She couldn't wait any longer at home. Her heart was full of worry about Mu Lianfeng. She had to find him herself. On the way to the mountain, she repeatedly prayed that nothing would happen to Mu Lianfeng. Daodu finally had a father. He couldn't lose him just like that. Most importantly, it wasn't easy for her to have a man in her heart. Mu Lianfeng. Nothing must happen to him. Zhao Yuner arrived at the foot of the mountain. Many people were looking for Mu Lianfeng. The area where the landslide was located was still relatively large. There were too many valleys below, and they were searching everywhere. However, it was extremely difficult to find Mu Lianfeng. Zhao Yun heard a lot of men talking. Xueqi this time, I'm afraid it's a disaster. That's right. Say. We've been looking for him for so long and we still haven't found him. The rain is so heavy and it's so cold. Even if we don't fall to our deaths, we'll freeze to death. That's right. Of the few people we found, only one is alive, and he fell very seriously. I don't know if he can survive. If the crown prince were to die, would we be able to continue mining in the mines? What if we can't pick it? Won't we have to go back? Say. I was hoping to earn some money this year. What a pity. Let's go and look for him. If we find him, this mine can still be mined. Let's go then. Let's continue our search. Yeah. Zhao Yun'er's frown deepened. Mu Lianfeng's situation was really not optimistic. Zhao Yun caught up with the men. After asking them about the location of the landslide, she ran into the valley. The rain was still heavy. The raindrops on the surrounding branches soaked her clothes. Zhao Yun'er's umbrella was completely useless. Instead, it was very troublesome to walk in the valley. She might as well put the umbrella away. After searching for more than 2 hours, there was no trace of Mu Lianfeng. The rain also soaked Zhao Yun'er's clothes. Her whole body was ice cold. Mu Lianfeng. Where exactly was he? If she still couldn't find him, she was afraid that she wouldn't be able to hold on and would have to give up and go back. Chapter 592. A series of echoes came from the valley, but still, no one responded to her. There were too many plants, and Zhao Yun'er's clothes were torn quite a bit. Fortunately, she was wearing coarse clothes when she came out this time, so she didn't feel bad even if her clothes were torn. Mu Lianfeng, where are you? Please don't let anything happen to you. At this moment, Zhao Yun'er suddenly felt a trace of fear in her heart. The chances were so slim. Did something really happen to Mu Lianfeng? Zhao Yun'er's voice reverberated in the valley, but it didn't travel far before it was drowned out by the pitter-patter of the rain. It was getting more and more difficult to walk, and her physical strength couldn't take it anymore. She didn't know how much longer she could walk. Mu Lianfeng. Her voice was slowly becoming hoarse, and she couldn't make a sound. Zhao Yun'er started to panic. Mu Lianfeng. Please don't let anything happen to you. Just as Zhao Yun'er was feeling discouraged, a weak voice suddenly came from not far away. Yun'er. It was Mu Lianfeng's voice. Zhao Yun'er thought she had heard wrongly for a moment, and stretched her ears to listen again. Yun'er. Mu Lianfeng? Where are you? Zhao Yun'er hurriedly looked around. Finally, she found Mu Lianfeng under a tree not far away. There were sturdy vines around the tree. When Mu Lianfeng fell, he probably fell on top of the vines, and then fell from the vines. Otherwise, he might not be able to keep his life. Zhao Yun'er hurriedly ran over. Mu Lianfeng, how are you? Are you okay? Zhao Yun'er's voice was filled with anxiety and heartache. Mu Lianfeng was completely drenched by the rain. He lay on the ground, unable to move. Yun'er. Seeing Zhao Yun'er coming over, Mu Lianfeng lifted his heavy eyelids and smiled. Mu Lianfeng, how are you? Is it very painful? Can you get up? He couldn't stay in the mountain for too long. Otherwise, he would be drenched by the rain. Therefore, the two of them had better leave as soon as possible. It would not be easy to get out of such a big mountain. She had no strength at all now. Cold. Pain. Mu Lianfeng mumbled in a weak voice. Zhao Yun'er became even more anxious. Does it hurt? Where does it hurt? Are you hurt? After checking Mu Lianfeng's body, he found that there weren't many wounds on Mu Lianfeng's body, only a few small cuts.
He probably didn't have external injuries, but internal injuries. It's okay. Yuner. I'm fine. Mu Lianfeng's eyelashes fluttered like butterfly wings. There was even a layer of water droplets on them. Mu Lianfeng. Nothing must happen to you, okay? I'll help you up and bring you back. You won't be cold when we get back. Zhao Yuner said as she hurriedly pulled Mu Lianfeng up from the ground. Mu Lianfeng, you hang in there too. Let's get out. Mu Lianfeng looked at Zhao Yuner with heartache. Yuner, it's been hard on you. Thank you for coming to save me. He didn't know how long he had been lying there. The moment he fell, he fainted from the pain. After lying on the ground for a while, he finally felt better. But being soaked by the cold rain, his whole body became numb. He didn't know where he was. Lying on the ground, he felt like he was about to die. If it weren't for his willpower, he would have closed his eyes. Chapter 593. You're still being polite with me at this time. Zhao Yun was angry and anxious. She was not searching with the other men, so even if she found Mu Lianfeng, it would be very difficult for her to bring Mu Lianfeng back alone. Mu Lianfeng also supported himself for a while and got up. Half of his body leaned on Zhao Yun. Heavy. He was really heavy. Zhao Yun estimated that Mu Lianfeng was more than 1.8 meters tall and weighed at least 75 to 80 kilograms. Her small body could not hold on any longer. The main reason was that she did not have much strength after searching in the mountains for such a long time. Mu Lianfeng, let's walk slowly. It will be fine if we meet someone. Zhao Yun encouraged him. She knew that Mu Lianfeng was very tired and had a hard time walking. Wasn't she also the same? She was already very lucky to be able to find Mu Lianfeng in this valley. If she did not find him, she would let Mu Lianfeng stay in the valley for a night. He probably would not be able to hold on tomorrow. Yun, put me down and go find someone first. Mu Lianfeng said weakly in Zhao Yun's ear. He was afraid that the two of them would not be able to leave the valley in this situation. Mu Lianfeng would rather be in trouble than to see Zhao Yun in any accident. When I find someone, I don't know if I can find this place. Besides, I'm worried about you being alone. Zhao Yun sniffed and insisted on staying by Mu Lianfeng's side. Yun, it's my luck to be able to meet you. All right, let's not say such sentimental words at this time. Let's hurry up and get out. As they spoke, Zhao Yun slipped and slid down with the two of them. The moment she slid down, Zhao Yun was worried about Mu Lianfeng. Then, he hit his head hard and fainted. When he woke up again, it was already the next day. Zhao Yun opened her eyes and found herself lying on her own bed. She propped herself up, but she was still worried about Mu Lianfeng. Mother, you're awake? Daodu saw that Zhao Yun had woken up, so he hurried over to Zhao Yun's bed and asked in a soft voice. This time, he hugged Zhao Yun's neck tightly, as if he was afraid of losing her. Zhao Yun patted Daodu's back. All right, Daodu. Mother is a little breathless from your embrace. Woo-woo, Mother. Daodu was so worried about you. Daodu choked out. What are you worried about? Nothing happened to Mother. Zhao Yun said as she touched Daodu's little face. But Mother, your head is bleeding. Daodu pointed at Zhao Yun's head. When Daodu said this, Zhao Yun realized it and quickly touched her head. It really was. Hiss, Zhao Yun sucked in a breath of cold air. It was really painful. It was probably broken when she fell down the mountain. There were too many sharp rocks on the mountain, and she fell so hard so it was normal for her head to be broken. Mother, is it very painful? Do you want Daodu to help you blow on it again? No need, Mother is fine. I'm much better now, Daodu. You don't have to worry. Daodu's little brows slightly wrinkled. All right then. Mother. All right, Daodu, where's your father? Is he okay? Zhao Yun quickly asked. Thinking of Mu Lianfeng, Zhao Yun's heart tightened. Mu Lianfeng's situation should be more serious than hers, right? Chapter 594. His condition was better than hers? Zhao Yun was a little confused. Mu Lianfeng fell so badly. How could his condition be better than hers? Could it be that her body was too weak, and Mu Lianfeng was too strong, so nothing happened to him? Mother, father is brewing medicine in the kitchen, and he's also cooking something for Daodu to eat. Daodu then explained. Zhao Yuner blinked in surprise. Mu Lianfeng actually knew how to brew medicine and cook food? Mu Lianfeng, who was in the kitchen, overheard the conversation in the room. Mu Lianfeng walked in, and when he saw that Zhao Yuner was awake, he excitedly rushed to Zhao Yuner's side and hugged Zhao Yuner in his arms. Yuner, are you okay? Where do you feel uncomfortable? Is there any place that hurts? How is it? Mu Lianfeng anxiously asked a bunch of questions, and Zhao Yuner didn't know how to answer. I'm fine, but you're hugging me too tightly, and Daodu is still here. Zhao Yuner softly muttered. Actually, she should be the one asking him these questions, right? Is there any part of his body that's uncomfortable? Has he recovered? Mother, it's okay. Daodu can cover his eyes and not look, Daodu said with a smile, and then covered his eyes with his white and tender hands. This child is making fun of me. Mu Lianfeng's hands loosened slightly, but he still didn't have any intention of leaving. He breathed in Zhao Yuner's scent, and he was afraid that if he let go for a second, Zhao Yuner would disappear in the next second. Yuner. I was really worried about you. I'm fine now. It's okay now, we're both fine. Yes. Mu Lianfeng nodded heavily. Zhao Yuner inquired about Mu Lianfeng's condition. His injuries were not very serious, and he took a few pills. That day, the two of them slid down the slope. Fortunately, the people who went into the mountains to search ran into them and sent them back. Zhao Yuner's clothes were soaked. As soon as she came back, she started to have a high fever and it didn't subside. Mu Lianfeng asked someone to take some medicine. He felt better after drinking the medicine. After a day, Zhao Yuner's fever had mostly subsided. Zhao Yuner couldn't help but ask when she saw the new clothes she was wearing. What's wrong, Yuner? Did you change my clothes? Mu Lianfeng didn't lie and directly admitted it. However, he glanced at Zhao Yuner guiltily, afraid that Zhao Yuner would be angry. Seeing that Zhao Yuner didn't speak, Mu Lianfeng asked carefully, Yuner, are you blaming me? Zhao Yuner didn't blame Mu Lianfeng. She just didn't know what to say when she found out that Mu Lianfeng helped her change her clothes. Didn't that mean that Mu Lianfeng had seen her naked? After all, they weren't married yet. Thinking that her body had been seen by a man, Zhao Yuner's face couldn't help but heat up. Mu Lianfeng hurriedly explained, Yuner, I saw that your clothes were soaked. If you didn't change your clothes, I don't know how serious your fever would be. Yuner, can you not be angry with me? Okay. I know you didn't do it on purpose. It's okay. That's good. Yuner, it's good that you're not angry with me. Mu Lianfeng heaved a sigh of relief. Chapter 595. Yuner, the medicine is ready. I'll get it for you, Mu Lianfeng said. As he spoke, he got up and went into the kitchen. After a while, he brought a bowl of medicine over. Looking at the black soup and the pungent smell, Zhao Yuner's eyebrows could not help but frown. Come drink it. Mu Lianfeng handed it over. Let me feed you. As he spoke, he sat in front of the bed and fed Zhao Yuner. This is very bitter, isn't it? Zhao Yuner's eyes showed a trace of disgust. She had never taken ancient Chinese medicine. Not only was it pungent, but it was also a big bowl. It was really difficult to drink it. Good medicine is bitter. Even if it's bitter, you have to drink it. Hurry up and drink it. Zhao Yuner felt that she was like a child being coaxed by Mu Lianfeng. It felt strange. After all, she was not a child. This little bit of suffering could not stop her. So she took the medicine from Mu Lianfeng's hand and blew on it a few times. When it was a little cold, she took a few mouthfuls from the bowl and swallowed it into her stomach. After drinking it, she felt the bitterness from her mouth to her throat. It was too bitter and unpalatable. The 21st century was still the best. She could just casually swallow a few capsules into her stomach. Looking at Zhao Yuner frowning in pain, Mu Lianfeng hurriedly brought honey water. Yuner, drink some honey water. You'll feel better. Zhao Yuner did not hesitate to pour it into her stomach. After drinking it, she did feel much better.
Drink it 2 more times, and you'll probably be fine, Mu Lianfeng said. Looking at Zhao Yun'er's appearance, he felt a little distressed. How many times have I drunk it? This is the 3rd time.
Zhao Yun'er was stunned.
Then how did the 2 people I knew who were unconscious drink the medicine? Zhao Yun'er was puzzled. Mother, father was the one who fed you the first 2 times. Father drank a little and then fed it to you. Daodu explained on behalf of Mu Lianfeng. After Daodu finished speaking, Zhao Yun'er and Mu Lianfeng looked at each other awkwardly. Zhao Yun'er could already imagine the erotic scene. Their cheeks were stained with a touch of red. Mu Lianfeng felt as if he was sitting on acupuncture. He felt a little uncomfortable, so he quickly got up and said to Zhao Yun'er, Yun'er, are you hungry? I made some lean meat porridge. Do you want to have some? Zhao Yun'er nodded. Sure. She was indeed hungry. It would be good to have some porridge. Mu Lianfeng went to bring the porridge over. Zhao Yun'er did not expect Mu Lianfeng to be so good at cooking. Even without her help, he could do it himself. Speaking of which, Mu Lianfeng was too amazing. He learned everything so quickly. Even when it came to cooking, he learned much better than the average person. For the next few days, the weather was gloomy and rainy. It was probably the rainy season in Jiangnan. Everywhere was wet. In these few days, Zhao Yun'er and Mu Lianfeng had been resting at home. Zhao Yun'er's injuries were not light. Her fever had subsided, but her forehead was knocked too hard. It did not look like she was going to get better soon. When there was nothing to do, Zhao Yun'er would lie on the bed and rest. This was the first time she had rested for so long since she came to this era. This was because Mu Lianfeng had intervened and helped with many things, even washing clothes, cooking, and taking care of the children. Chapter 596. It rained continuously for more than 10 days before it finally cleared up.
A lot of water had accumulated in the paddy fields in the countryside, and the seedlings were all submerged.
Therefore, after the rain, the villagers all ran to the paddy fields to pump water. The 3rd branch only had 1 mu of paddy field, so it was relatively easy for them to pump water. The ancient water pumping machine was relatively simple. It was similar to a water wheel, and people had to step on it. After breakfast, Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan went to the 3rd branch's paddy field. Mu Lianfeng brought Daodu along. Daodu wanted to play, so Mu Lianfeng could only bring Daodu along. Seeing that his future father-in-law was working in the field, Mu Lianfeng took the initiative to help. After all, he had to appear more attentive in front of his father-in-law. When Zhao Wenhua saw that Mu Lianfeng actually offered to help, he was shocked. How could he dare to let the Xueqi interfere? Uncle, it's fine. Let me try. You are Yun'er's father. Naturally, you don't have to be polite with me. Zhao Wenhua smiled embarrassedly. He didn't dare to let Mu Lianfeng work, but he also didn't dare to not let Mu Lianfeng work. For a moment, he was in a dilemma. Mu Lianfeng did as he said and didn't care about the luxurious clothes he was wearing at all. He rubbed his bare legs and directly went into the paddy field. The murky water in the paddy field covered half of his legs, and only the heads of the seedlings were sticking out. If this continued, there probably wouldn't be any rice harvests this year. This was what the ancient people were most afraid of. Xueqi, can you do it? If you can't do it, then come up? Zhao Wenhua asked carefully. Uncle, please teach me. I'll be able to do it after you teach me. Zhao Wenhua didn't dare to refuse. He could only brace himself and go in front of Mu Lianfeng to instruct him. Mu Lianfeng learned very quickly. After Zhao Wenhua gave him a few pointers, he roughly memorized it. Then he started to work. With Mu Lianfeng around, Zhao Wenhua realized that he had more free time. Coincidentally, Liang Jinqiao came over. Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinqiao sighed. Our Yun'er is so lucky to have met someone like the heir. Liang Jinqiao smiled and said, Of course. Our Yun'er has suffered for the past few years. Now, God has returned the pain that Yun'er suffered. Zhao Wenhua nodded in agreement. That's right. Look at the heir apparent's work. It's really neat. It's not worse than us who often work in the fields. Liang Jinqiao stared at Mu Lianfeng and said, Well done. It was because the crown prince was too powerful. Ordinary people would not be able to do it. That's right,
Our big brother and second brother can't do it, right? Our father's leg has not recovered yet. He asked big brother and second brother to pump water from the fields. Big brother and second brother said that they can't do it and are making a fuss in the house. Liang Jinqiao came to look for Zhao Wenshan because of this. Zhao Baoshan was furious when he saw that his two sons were acting like good-for-nothings. He lost his temper at Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui. Compared to the third branch, old Zhao's family had much more paddy fields. After the rain stopped, the old Zhao's family naturally had to pump out the water from their paddy fields. Yunar's father, why don't you help our old family pump water? I think big brother and second brother really can't do it. We can't just watch the seedlings die. This is a year's harvest. Liang Jinqiao discussed with Zhao Wenhua. Zhao Wenhua was silent for a moment when he heard this. Forget it. After all, we've separated from the family. Even if big brother and second brother don't know how to do it, they still have to learn. I'm afraid that if we help them this time, they will blame us next time. We can help them once or twice, but we can't help them all the time, right? Chapter 597. Liang Jinqiao was well aware of Zhao Wenshui and Zhao Wenshi's behavior. Although he had good intentions, he could not let himself be taken advantage of now. In the past, his third branch had been bullied because he had been too honest. Sigh, it's a pity that old Zhao's fields are gone. I wonder if big brother and second brother know how to work. Even if they don't know how to work, they still have to work. We can't just give up a year's worth of harvest, right? Old Zhao's family is not that wealthy. What are we going to eat if we lose a year's worth of harvest? In the end, it's because big brother and second brother are too lazy. They didn't get used to working in the past. Just as the two of them were lamenting, they realized that Qin Yuan had come over. When did this child come over? How could they not know? As soon as they saw Qin Yuan, Liang Jinqiao and Zhao Wenhua greeted him warmly. Qin Yuan, why are you here? Looking at Qin Yuan's attitude, it seemed that he was here to help. The heavy rain had just stopped, but she did not expect him to ignore his own family's matters and come to her house. He was really considerate. My parents asked me to come over, Qin Yuan explained. Liang Jinqiao nodded. He thought that Mr. and Mrs. Qin were kind. When looking for in-laws, they had to find someone who was honest and kind. Haha, that's good. Actually, you didn't have to come over. Your family must be busy, right? Qin Yuan shook his head. It's all right. We don't have a lot of fields, so we're not very busy. That's good. Auntie, where are your family's paddy fields? Qin Yuan asked. Liang Jinqiao thought that Qin Yuan wanted to help, so he said, you don't have to help. Otherwise, you'll get muddy all over. There are enough people in the fields. Now that they had Mu Lianfeng, Zhao Wenhua, and Zhao Tianan, they only had one mu of paddy fields. No matter how much water there was, they would be able to draw it all out. Qin Yuan wanted to say something, but at that moment, Zhao Wenshui and Zhao Wenshi came over. She smiled at Liang Jinqiao and said, Third sister-in-law, you misunderstood. They are not talking about your family's paddy field. They are talking about our old Zhao's. Liang Jinqiao was stunned. He did not understand what Zhao Wenshui and Zhao Wenshi meant. Could it be that Qin Yuan didn't come over to help their third branch? How was it related to old Zhao's family? What's going on? Zhao Wenshui said with a smile. Speaking of which, your future son-in-law is a good man. He promised to pump water from our old Zhao's paddy field. Help old Zhao's family? Liang Jinqiao was even more confused. That's right. He's helping old Zhao's family. Not your third branch. Haha, third sister-in-law, I'll take your future son-in-law first. With him around, old Zhao's paddy field will probably be emptied. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui then turned and left, leaving behind Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinqiao, who were still confused. Yunar's father. Have you figured out what's going on? Qin Yuan didn't come here to help our family? I don't think so. Didn't he leave just like that? But this child. Why did he come here to work for old Zhao's family? Liang Jinqiao was confused. He could not think of a reason no matter how hard he thought about it. Maybe he came here and saw that old Zhao's family was quarreling too much, so he offered to help?
Zhao Wenhua guessed. There was no other reason other than this explanation. Chapter 598. Given Zhao Wenxue and Zhao Wenshi's conduct, they would probably throw everything to Qin Yuan. The two of them had just lamented for a while when they saw Zhao Ping, running over angrily. Liang Jinqiao asked with concern, "Ping, what's wrong? Who made you so unhappy?" "Mother. It's youngest aunt." Zhao Ping's mouth was almost pouting, and her eyes were filled with jealousy. "Ping, what's wrong with your youngest aunt?" "Mother, big brother Yuan came over to work because youngest aunt asked him to." "Youngest aunt is too much. Isn't she afraid of exhausting big brother Yuan?" The more Zhao Ping thought about it, the angrier she got. That youngest aunt of hers was a vixen. She relied on her good looks to make use of Qin Yuan to make Qin Yuan help her with the work. Liang Jinqiao still did not understand what was going on. After carefully interrogating her, he finally found out what was going on. Originally, Qin Yuan came over today to look for the third branch. But when he arrived at old Zhao's courtyard, the old Zhao's family was currently in a heated argument. Zhao Xinhui found the noise too annoying. When he saw Qin Yuan coming over, he casually instructed him. He did not expect that Qin Yuan would really agree to help. Zhao Ping felt that Qin Yuan had not even accompanied her when he came over. How could he be sent away just because of Zhao Xinhui's words? She let Qin Yuan do the work, but Qin Yuan did not treat her youngest aunt as warmly as he did. With such a comparison, Zhao Ping naturally felt jealous. Seeing Zhao Ping panting with anger, Liang Jinqiao comforted her. "Ping, that child Qin Yuan might have helped because of our relationship. After all, your grandfather is our elder." "No, mother. It was younger aunt who seduced brother Yuan. Younger aunt is too evil." As Zhao Ping spoke, she could not help but grind her teeth. If Zhao Xinhui dared to have designs on Qin Yuan again, she would not let Zhao Xinhui off easily. Zhao Wenhua frowned and said unhappily to Zhao Ping, "Ping, how can you say that about your aunt? In any case, he's still your senior. You can only say these words in front of me and your mother. If it spreads to other people's ears, who knows what kind of gossip it will cause. It won't be good for you or your aunt. You're already so old, yet you're still shooting your mouth off." Zhao Ping pursed her lips. She was unhappy with Zhao Wenhua's reprimand. What she said was the truth. Why wasn't he telling her? "Seriously. I'll go look for brother Yuan." After Zhao Ping finished speaking, she ran out and chased after Qin Yuan's traces. Zhao Wenhua could not help but shake his head. She really was a worrisome person. He did not know what her in-laws would think of her after marrying over. Zhao Wenxue and Zhao Wenshi brought Qin Yuan to old Zhao's family's field. The pumping rack was already in place. After instructing Qin Yuan to pump the water, they sat down. The two of them stood on the ridge leisurely without moving. Treading water was the most strenuous. Zhao Wenxue felt that his physical strength could not keep up at all. He would not be able to withstand treading water for even an hour, let alone a day. Therefore, even if Zhao Baoshan scolded him, he would still drag it out. Now that Qin Yuan had replaced him, Zhao Wenxue was happy to see Qin Yuan kicking vigorously. At the same time, a hint of envy appeared in his eyes. Zhao Wenxue asked Zhao Wenshi, who was beside him, "Big brother, do you think that physical strength has something to do with that in bed? Is it true that the better one's physical strength, the longer one can do it?" After being asked by Zhao Wenxue, Zhao Wenshi was stunned. Then he thought about it and said to Zhao Wenxue, "It should be related. I've seen other men with good physical strength. They can last a long time in bed." Chapter 599. Isn't that so? AI. Speaking of this, Zhao Wenshi also sighed. Zhao Wenshi noticed Qin Yuan's enthusiasm and said, "Looks like he's pretty good in that area." "That's because he's young. That might not be the case for us at our age," Zhao Wenxue muttered as though he was defending himself. Zhao Wenshi smiled awkwardly. "Brother, you're wrong. Look at our dad. He's 2 rounds older than us, but he's still energetic. His stamina is even better than ours." Zhao Wenshui's lips twitched, and he looked embarrassed. "Big brother,
Does that mean our dad is better than us when it comes to sex with our mom at his age? Sigh, that's right. Zhao Wenshui felt like he had been dealt a heavy blow. He thought about his brothers and realized that he was the weakest in terms of physical strength. That meant he was the weakest in that area as well. Zhao Wenshui felt like his heart had been deeply hurt. It was no wonder Qian Chuanxiu said he was weak. If this continued, how could he face Qian Chuanxiu in the future? Big brother. Zhao Wenshui looked at Zhao Wensher and wanted to say something. What's wrong, brother? Big brother, do you have any spare money? Do you have any that you secretly saved up? To tell you the truth, I want to get some medicine, Zhao Wenshui said embarrassedly. He only dared to say this to Zhao Wensher. If it were anyone else, he would be too embarrassed to ask. This. Zhao Wensher looked troubled. Brother, our family's money is in Mom's hands. How could we have any? Is there really nothing? Of course not. I don't dare to hide money. If Mom finds out, she'll kick up a fuss. Sigh. Zhao Wenshui sighed deeply. Zhao Wensher couldn't borrow any money from him. And he didn't have any either. What should he do? He had to get some money to treat his illness. For a man, having the ability to do that represented a person's self-esteem. But where could he get the money? Zhao Wenshui stroked his chin, deep in thought. In the third branch's paddy field, Mu Lianfeng was very busy. He didn't feel tired at all when he stepped on the water wheel. Instead, he found it very interesting. He had never done this kind of work before, but now he suddenly felt that he liked it very much. Perhaps he was more suited to stay in the countryside and live a simple life. Dad, there are a lot of loaches in the paddy field. Zhao Tianan called out to Zhao Wenhua. Because a lot of water had accumulated in the paddy fields, there were already a lot of loaches in the countryside. Now, there were even more of them. Yunus mother, why don't we catch some loaches? Zhao Wenhua asked. Although the loach wasn't a very good thing, it was still a meat dish. If it was cooked well, the taste would be very good. Liang Jinqiao nodded and said, Okay, get some. Because of the rainy weather, they couldn't go to town, so they didn't buy any meat back. They were used to living a hard life, so it didn't matter if they didn't eat meat. However, as the heir apparent, Mu Lianfeng also didn't eat meat, and there wasn't anything good to eat. If they caught some loaches, it would improve their diet. Okay. I'll go down then. Zhao Wenhua replied, rolled up his trousers, and went down to the paddy field. Chapter 600. Together with Zhao Tianan, the two of them actually managed to scoop up half a bucket of loaches from the paddy field. It wasn't just loaches that came up, there were also some eels. In ancient villages there were many of these things. There were no good things, but there were still many small fish and shrimps. It was just that these things took time to catch. Of course, because ancient people ate these things a lot, they weren't too rare. In addition, for loaches and eels, if they didn't add much oil, they wouldn't be very tasty. In the eyes of the country people, they were still much worse than meat. Seeing that Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan had already scouted half a bucket, Liang Jinqiao hurriedly said, Enough! Is it enough? Zhao Tianhua grabbed energetically, as if he hadn't had enough. It's enough. It's enough to cook several big bowls. If we can't finish it, it won't be a waste. Only then did Zhao Wenhua give up. He straightened his body, got up, and didn't continue to scoop. However, after bending over to scoop up the mud for so long, his waist hurt when he got up. He reckoned that he was a little older. He couldn't be compared to the past. That's fine. If you want to eat later, I'll scoop it again. Liang Jinqiao responded with a smile. Her man was very capable. If it was an ordinary person, how could they catch so many loaches and eels? At this time, Zhao Yun came to the field after tidying up the house. As soon as she came over, she saw that the men in the field were covered in mud. Forget about her father and Zhao Tianan. Even Mu Lianfeng was covered in mud. Seeing Mu Lianfeng working hard to pump water in the field, the corners of Zhao Yun's mouth couldn't help but curl up. He looked a little funny when he was doing farm work. It didn't match his temperament at all. Especially when his luxurious clothes were soaked in mud, he didn't feel any heartache at all. Seeing Zhao Yun coming over, Mu Lianfeng paused and said to Zhao Yun,
Yuna, why are you here? Zhao Yun'er smirked. It finally stopped raining. If I don't come out to get some fresh air, won't I be bored to death at home? But the injuries on your body. I'm fine. Other than my head, everything else is fine. Only then did Mu Lianfeng stop nagging. Zhao Yun'er was right. Because of the rain these few days, they could only stay at home and could not go anywhere. It was also good to let Zhao Yun'er get some fresh air now. Just like now, when he was doing farm work, he felt much more relaxed. Sister, you are late. If you had come earlier, you would have been able to see our father catch the loach. Zhao Qianfu smiled and said to Zhao Yun'er, our father is very good at catching loaches. Look, he caught half a bucket in just a short while. Zhao Yun'er stared at the wooden bucket. It was really. After being praised by Zhao Qianfu, Zhao Wenhua seemed embarrassed and smiled shyly. Father, these are all good things. You are really amazing. Zhao Yun'er also praised from behind. There were loaches and a few eels. They looked quite thick and big. They were more tasty than fish. Zhao Yun'er had not eaten loaches and eels since she came here. She also did not see them being sold in the market. She reckoned that the villagers would not treat them as treasures. In addition, they had basically caught a few of them. They would eat them at home and would not think of selling them on the streets for money. In her previous life, one of Zhao Yun'er's favorite dishes was stir-fried eels. Chapter 601. Thinking about it, she couldn't help but swallow a few mouthfuls of saliva. After being praised by Zhao Yun'er, Zhao Wenhua felt that he couldn't stand it anymore. These children really had a glib tongue, praising him to the heavens. What's so great about it? Yun'er, there are quite a lot of loaches and eels in the field. If you like to eat them, I'll catch some for you next time. Zhao Yun'er didn't stand on ceremony with Zhao Wenhua. Instead, she smiled sweetly and said, Thank you, father. You don't have to stand on ceremony with me. Haha, then father, let's have lunch together as a family. I'll make some eels and loaches for you. It's Lulu's cooking. Zhao Wenhua nodded with a smile. He knew that his daughter's cooking skills were good. Although Liang Jinqiao also knew how to cook, he didn't cook loaches and eels often. If Liang Jinqiao cooked them, they might not be delicious. Just in time. That child from Qin Yuan is here. Let's have lunch together. Liang Jinqiao sighed. With Zhao Yun'er around, the dishes were also good. Qin Yuan is here? Zhao Yun'er asked. Yes. He's busy working in your grandfather's field. Liang Jinqiao explained. Zhao Yun'er frowned and asked in confusion, Mother, what's going on? Why is Qin Yuan working for our grandfather? If he was here to help, shouldn't he be in the third branch's field now? Liang Jinqiao explained the matter again. Zhao Yun'er heard it and thought it was weird. This Qin Yuan was quite interesting. It seemed like he had fallen in love with Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Yun'er suddenly became worried. If Qin Yuan liked Zhao Xinhui, it would be troublesome. If he didn't want to marry Zhao Ping'er, when would Zhao Ping'er, this scourge, ever get married? She couldn't stay at home forever. Thinking of Zhao Ping'er's pig brain and the things she did, Zhao Yun'er had a headache. Mother, we should settle Sister Ping'er's marriage as soon as possible. It's better to hold the wedding as soon as possible. What if she regrets it if it's too late? Zhao Yun'er said to Liang Jinqiao. Liang Jinqiao knew what Zhao Yun'er was worried about. She was afraid that the Qin Yuan would become popular and the Qin family would give up on the marriage. In the end, it would be difficult for Zhao Ping'er to get married. With a slight sigh, Liang Jinqiao replied, Yes, I understand. Yun'er, let's go back and find a good day to discuss the wedding. Yes. Mother. If they held the wedding early, it would save them a lot of trouble. Zhao Wenhua shook the loaches and eels in the bucket. He didn't know if it was because of the rain, but these things were bigger than usual. Tianan, that's enough. What are you still touching? Come on up. Zhao Wenhua called out to Zhao Tianan, who was still touching the loaches and eels in the bucket. Father, I'll touch a little more. I want to send some to Xiao Feng later. She doesn't have anything good to eat at home. Zhao Tianan smiled shyly, showing the shyness of a big boy. Zhao Wenhua didn't say anything. Then touch a little more. Do you want father to help you? No need, father. I can do it myself. Okay. Zhao Yun'er frowned when she heard her brother say that. It seems that Zhao Tianan really cares about Ma Xiaofeng. What should I do? Chapter 602. However, Ma Xiaofeng was such a scheming B***tch, and Zhao Yun'er really did not want her to hurt her younger brother. In the end, Zhao Tianan was too innocent, and he was at the age of youth. It was easy for him to have feelings for any girl he thought was slightly better. Seeing Zhao Yun'er frown, Liang Jinqiao asked, Yun'er, what's wrong? Zhao Yun'er did not hide anything and told Liang Jinqiao, Mother, I think Tianan seems to have taken a liking to Ma Xiaofeng. When Zhao Yun'er said that, Liang Jinqiao was slightly stunned at first, but then she felt that it made sense. No wonder Tianan has been talking about Ma Xiaofeng all this time. She originally thought that Zhao Tianan only cared about Ma Xiaofeng because she helped him send Ma Xiaofeng back that time. She did not expect that he had taken a liking to Ma Xiaofeng. In that case, it's not a bad thing. Yun'er, Tianan has reached the age of marriage. Why don't we arrange for Tianan to marry Xiaofeng? Mother, are you really willing to let Ma Xiaofeng marry into the family? You know what kind of person she is. It's fine if she can really live happily with Tianan, but I'm afraid that she will come back and cause trouble after marrying into our family. After all, this kind of scheming woman was much more difficult to deal with than Zhao Ping'er. After Zhao Ping'er got married, the third branch would be able to live a peaceful and comfortable life. Zhao Yun'er really did not want to cause trouble for Ma Xiaofeng. When Liang Jinqiao heard that, she thought about it and knew that Zhao Yun'er made sense. Ma Xiaofeng was a scheming child, and Chen Chuanxiu was not easy to deal with. But Yun'er, if Tianan really likes her, we can't be too against it, right? Liang Jinqiao asked worriedly. Zhao Yun'er nodded. This was indeed a troublesome matter. Mother. Then we have to think of a way to make Tianan dislike or fall in love with another girl. There are so many good girls, it's just that Tianan hasn't met them yet, Zhao Yun'er said. As for other ideas, she would think about it later. Liang Jinqiao said, how about this? I ask matchmaker Gao to help us find a good family and arrange Tianan's marriage. If there are good girls, we can introduce them to Tianan. If Tianan meets someone better, he might fall in love with someone else? Zhao Yun'er felt that Liang Jinqiao's method was good. Without a comparison, there was no way to know if there was a better girl. After all, her younger brother had too little contact with girls and was simple-minded. Ma Xiaofeng only needed to use a little trick, and Zhao Tianan's heart would be hooked. Okay. Mother. Go ahead and make the arrangements. Yes. Yun'er, don't worry too much. Tianan is now interested in Xiaofeng. Perhaps one day, he will be fine after the novelty wears off, Liang Jinqiao comforted her. As the mother and daughter were talking, Mu Lianfeng's voice came from the field. Ouch! Mu Lianfeng gasped in pain and found several black and sticky things crawling on his thigh. Mu Lianfeng did not know what they were, but it hurt when they were pulled off his leg. There were red marks on the parts where they were originally stuck. What is this? Mu Lianfeng asked as he held up the black things on his thigh. Zhao Wenhua walked over and explained to Mu Lianfeng, Lord Heir, these are leeches. They are often found in paddy fields. They suck human blood. How are you? Are you all right? Leeches? Chapter 603. Zhao Wenhua explained. Leeches were different from other things. They sucked human blood, and humans did not have any reaction at first. By the time they reacted, they had already sucked their fill. The most precious thing in a person's body was blood. After sucking so much blood, his body inevitably felt a little weak. There are more on my legs. Mu Lianfeng pointed at his legs. There were still a few leeches on other parts of his body. Looking at them made him feel disgusted. Mu Lianfeng really did not know how leeches could exist. Lord Xueqi, let me do it. As Zhao Wenhua spoke, he squatted down and gently plucked the other leeches on Mu Lianfeng's legs from their slender ends. The whole leeches were peeled off. Mu Lianfeng felt that Zhao Wenhua was more experienced than him. He pulled with all his strength. It was very painful. With Zhao Wenhua's actions, he did not feel much pain. Thank you, uncle. It's nothing. Zhao Wenhua hurriedly waved his hand. How could he dare to accept Mu Lianfeng's gratitude? Moreover, Mu Lianfeng's blood was sucked by the leeches because he was helping him. She still felt bad about it. Mu Lianfeng, are you all right? Zhao Yun also asked with concern. I'm fine. It's not a big deal. Don't worry. Mu Lianfeng smiled. Zhao Yun nodded. It's good that you're fine. Seeing the leeches in Zhao Wenhua's hands, Zhao Yun felt disgusted. Although leeches sucked blood and were disgusting, Zhao Yun knew that they were not bad things. They had some medicinal value. Mu Lianfeng, why don't you come up? Don't work anymore. It's nothing. Yun I'll be careful. Moreover, if you don't bite me, won't it bite your father when he works? Lord Xueqi, I often work in the fields. I'm used to it. Moreover, my skin is rough, so it's not a big deal. You, on the other hand, have soft skin and tender flesh. It wouldn't be good to be bitten. Zhao Wenhua was just a rough man from the countryside. Therefore, he did not pay attention to the way he spoke, and his choice of words did not match. Mu Lianfeng was stunned when he heard Zhao Wenhua describe him as a delicate person. Wasn't he also a wild man? How could her skin be so soft and tender? Don't tell me I'm just a gigolo in the eyes of my future father-in-law? Zhao Yun couldn't help but smile when she saw Mu Lianfeng's reaction. Mu Lianfeng felt even more embarrassed. He mumbled to Zhao Wenhua, Uncle, I'm fine. I have thick skin too. If you don't believe me, look at my legs. They're not that white. This. Zhao Wenhua realized that he had said something wrong. Lord Xueqi, you have a different status. Let me do this kind of rough work. Uncle, you're Yun'er's father. In front of you, I'm not the Lord Xueqi. I'm your future son-in-law. In this aspect, you're an elder. It's only right for me to do the work. Father, just let him do it. He just can't stop. Zhao Yun couldn't help but tease him. All right then. Lord Xueqi, please be careful. Who knows when the leech will climb up your legs again? Mu Lianfeng nodded. I understand, uncle. I'll be careful. Okay. Mu Lianfeng was about to continue working when he heard a scream in the distance. It sounded like it came from Zhao Wenshui and Zhao Wenshi from Qin Yuan. Did something happen over there? Zhao Wenhua frowned and looked worried. Chapter 604. Zhao Wenhua responded, N. Then let's go and take a look. Qin Yuan, that child, came to our family to help after all. If something happens, we won't be able to explain it to our family Qin. Liang Jinqiao also thought so in his heart. Since they were shouting so loudly, something big must have happened. Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinqiao hurriedly ran towards old Zhao's family's field. Zhao Yun and Mu Lianfeng also followed. Firstly, he wanted to see what was going on. Secondly, he wanted to go and help if he could. When the few of them arrived at old Zhao's family's field, Zhao Wenshui and the rest were wailing like ghosts and howling like wolves. Especially Qin Yuan. He was so scared that his pants were wet. His entire person was like a stone pillar, not moving at all. Not only was Qin Yuan's pants wet, but his face was also covered in snot and tears. His face was a little pale. As for the others, Zhao Yun discovered that they were all standing on the ridge of the field. Although they were anxious, they did not move. Zhao Yun was a little puzzled. What the hell is going on? What's wrong? You all are shouting so loudly. Did something happen? Zhao Wenhua asked. Father, look at Big Brother Yuan's leg. Zhao Ping'er's lips trembled a little. She pointed at Qin Yuan's leg and said. Everyone then looked towards Qin Yuan's leg and discovered that there was a thick and big snake coiled around Qin Yuan's leg. When Zhao Yun saw this, she was slightly shocked. No wonder. These people were scared like this. Who wouldn't be afraid of such a big snake? However, Zhao Yun took a closer look and discovered that it was not any other snake, but a black snake. This type of snake was not very poisonous. Other than the pain of being bitten, it was fine. It could even be eaten. It was probably that the villagers were subconsciously afraid when they saw a snake. This was also very normal.
However, seeing that Qin Yuan was so scared that he wet his pants, Zhao Yun could not help but feel that it was too exaggerated. In any case, he was a man, right? Was he that afraid of death? One look and one could tell that he wasn't very responsible. As a result, his impression of Qin Yuan worsened. Coward. Look at that cowardly look. If it weren't for her face and the fact that she was afraid that Zhao Ping'er would fight her to the death, Zhao Yun really wanted to scold her.
Ah, where is such a big snake? What should we do? Zhao Wenhua frowned. His tone was filled with helplessness and worry. Zhao Ping'er hurriedly shook Zhao Wenhua's arm. Father, quickly save big brother Yuan. Don't let him get bitten by a snake. What if he was poisoned to death? Then won't I be unable to get married for the rest of my life? Zhao Ping'er was so worried about Qin Yuan that she cried. Sister Ping'er, aren't you afraid that the venomous snake will bite father? Why are you always thinking about a man in your heart? Why don't you think about father?
Zhao Yun could not help but scold her. This Zhao Ping'er clearly regarded Qin Yuan as more important than Zhao Wenhua. Zhao Ping'er glared angrily at Zhao Yun.
B*TCH, who allowed you to talk so much? Are you hoping that something happens to big brother Yuan? I think you just can't bear to see me well. Zhao Ping'er, please grow some brains. You only think about other men. How did our family raise such a traitor like you? All right. Stop arguing. Zhao Wenhua hurriedly mediated. That child Qin Yuan is badly frightened. Nothing can happen to him. We can't just ignore him.
Let me think of a way. It was too dangerous to pounce over directly.
It wasn't dangerous to her, but it was dangerous to Qin Yuan. What if they were alarmed and suddenly bitten Qin Yuan? Chapter 605. Zhao Wenhua sighed. He couldn't just stand there and watch. If he waited any longer, Qin Yuan would probably faint from fright. He looked at Zhao Ping'er and saw that she was also very anxious. Dad, let's go down now. We have to catch the snake. There were ways to catch snakes. No matter how powerful the snake was, as long as one could catch it by 7 inches. Yes. Zhao Wenhua went down to the field and reminded Qin Yuan, Child, don't move. If you move, the snake might bite you. When Qin Yuan heard this, he didn't dare to continue moving. His body tensed up even more. Whoa! Qin Yuan replied with a trembling voice. Zhao Wenhua slowly walked towards Qin Yuan. Qin Yuan felt the black snake on his leg move, and his pants became wet. No matter how gentle Zhao Wenhua's movements were, there was still some movement. When Zhao Wenhua was almost there, the black snake on Qin Yuan's leg suddenly moved and tightly coiled around Qin Yuan's leg. Qin Yuan was so scared that he trembled. He said softly to Zhao Wenhua, Uncle, can you hurry up? I can't hold on much longer. Okay. I'm coming. Wait a little longer. Zhao Wenhua said and ran towards Qin Yuan. Then, just as he was about to reach, the black snake bit Qin Yuan's butt. Then, it got down from Qin Yuan's leg and quickly slipped into the field. Qin Yuan screamed. Everyone was stunned. In the end, Qin Yuan was still bitten. Zhao Wenshui and Zhao Wenshu looked at him sympathetically. Just thinking about it made them feel miserable. Not only was he bitten by a snake, he was bitten on the butt. The black serpent swam towards Zhao Yun and the others. The people on the shore were so scared that they quickly moved away and ran towards another direction. Zhao Yun knew that there was no poison, so she didn't run away in fear like the others. Instead, he calmly looked at the black snake. Haha, it's best if it comes over. I can catch it and stew it into snake soup. It tastes even better than chicken soup. Mu Lianfeng thought that Zhao Yun was scared stiff. When he saw the dark serpent coming over, he quickly rushed in front of Zhao Yun. He quickly grabbed the dark serpent's head and pulled it out of the paddy field. Ah! The others were still crying out in shock. Mu Lianfeng pinched the snake's head with one hand and its tail with the other. The snake was immediately immobilized. Mu Lianfeng's expression was cold. He looked at the snake with a chill in his eyes. Zhao Yun couldn't help but admire Mu Lianfeng. No matter when, no matter what danger she encountered, this man would always be the first to jump out to protect her. Everyone, don't panic. I've caught the snake. Mu Lianfeng said. Seeing that the snake in Mu Lianfeng's hand was indeed immobilized, the few of them heaved a sigh of relief. Liang Jinqiao warned, Xueqi Yi, you have to be careful. Don't let it bite you. Mu Lianfeng nodded. Auntie, don't worry. I'll be careful. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui both came over and praised Mu Lianfeng. Xueqi Yi, you're really amazing. You even caught the snake. Normal people aren't as brave as you. Of course. Who do you think Xueqi Yi is? Even if the snake saw Xueqi Yi, it would still be suppressed by Xueqi Yi's godly aura. Yes. Big brother, you're right. With Xueqi Yi here, no matter how powerful it is, it won't dare to come near us. Chapter 606. Mu Lianfeng said nonchalantly, That's nothing. You just have to catch it now. Daddy, you're still very impressive. Uncle Qin was so scared that he cried, but you still caught it. Dao Du turned into a little fangirl and smiled at Mu Lianfeng. Mu Lianfeng was still very happy to be praised by his son. Of course. Because Daddy still has to protect you and your mother. The few people's attention was attracted by Mu Lianfeng catching the snake, and they neglected Qin Yuan at the side. Qin Yuan's miserable cries were heard again. Wah, my butt was bitten by a snake. Am I going to die soon? Woo. He was only 20 years old. He was still young and didn't want to die yet. Zhao Wenhua frowned and walked in front of Qin Yuan. Child, why don't you take off your pants and let me take a look? Being bitten by a snake is very serious. Woo. Qin Yuan's face was still covered in tears and snot. She wanted him to take off his pants in front of so many people. She wasn't joking, right? Thinking that he might die from the poison, Qin Yuan felt that there was nothing left to live for. Why was his luck so bad? Zhao Ping didn't care about the water in the field and ran over excitedly. She said to Qin Yuan, Big brother Yuan, are you okay? How are you? Does it hurt? Qin Yuan nodded. My butt was bitten. It hurts. Zhao Ping was also anxious and cried. Whoa. Big brother Yuan, nothing must happen to you. If you die, I will be a widow. Whoa. Qin Yuan's mouth twitched a few thousand times. This Zhao Ping, couldn't she say something nice? Wasn't she cursing him to die? You're so annoying. Can you shut up? Qin Yuan scolded Zhao Ping angrily. Zhao Ping's cries drowned out his cries. It was as if she was crying at a funeral. Ping stop arguing. We have to think of a solution now. Crying won't help. Zhao Wenhua said in a low voice. Zhao Ping wiped the tears from her face and sobbed. Father, you're right. Crying is useless. We have to think of something. Why don't we send Big Brother Yuan to Dr. Sun's house? Zhao Wenhua shook his head. I'm afraid it's too late. She was bitten by a snake and needs to be treated quickly. Wherever you bite, quickly suck out the poisonous blood. When the time comes, let the doctor treat you. Qin Yuan's frown deepened when he heard Zhao Wenhua's words. Suck. Suck it out? Yes. Zhao Wenhua nodded. Qin Yuan had a bitter expression on his face. The place where he was bitten was his buttocks. How was he going to suck out the poisonous blood? Big brother Yuan, let me help you suck it out. Zhao Ping, this is my buttocks. Qin Yuan still couldn't accept it. No matter what, it felt weird to have a woman suck his buttocks. But what can we do? Big brother Yuan, if the poisonous blood isn't sucked out, you might die. Zhao Ping said worriedly. Qin Yuan waited in his heart. Compared to letting Zhao Ping suck his buttocks for him, it seemed that his life was more important. After struggling for a while, Qin Yuan said, Then Ping, it's better if you help me suck it out. If I die, no one will marry you. NN. Zhao Ping nodded her head heavily. When Qin Yuan was about to take off his pants, he was stopped by Zhao Yun'er. She didn't want such a disgusting thing to happen in front of her. Stop sucking. Why? Zhao Ping asked. Chapter 607. Thinking about the conversation between Qin Yuan and Zhao Ping, just now, she still felt that it was weird.
Just how cheap was Zhao Ping'er to actually help suck Qin Yuan's butt? How embarrassing. However, when Zhao Ping'er said it herself, she felt that it was very natural, and she didn't realize anything at all. It could only be said that Zhao Ping'er's skin was really thick. Such a weirdo was still rare. Zhao Yun, what does it have to do with you? He's not your man, so of course, you don't have to worry. If the heir's butt was bitten by a snake, wouldn't you help him suck out the poisonous blood? Zhao Ping'er replied angrily. The problem is he your man now? You haven't married into his family, yet you say it so naturally, tsk. It doesn't matter if we haven't married into his family. Anyway, Big Brother Yuan will definitely marry me. Big Brother Yuan, don't you think so? Zhao Ping'er looked at Qin Yuan and asked. Qin Yuan was afraid that if he said no at this time, Zhao Ping'er wouldn't help him suck his butt, and he probably wouldn't be able to keep his life. Thus he nodded and said, Yes. Ping'er, I will definitely marry you in the future. Zhao Yun, did you hear that? What's wrong with my man sucking his butt? Zhao Yun really didn't know what to say to Zhao Ping'er. This was the first time she saw someone sucking someone's butt so eagerly. She wasn't afraid of embarrassing the third branch. Ping'er, hurry up, Qin Yuan urged. Seeing Qin Yuan's bitter face, teardrops still hanging on his face, and his cowardly expression, Zhao Yun thought to herself, a weirdo paired with a weirdo, these two people are quite compatible. Just as Qin Yuan was about to take off his pants, Zhao Yun said faintly, What are you afraid of? The snake isn't poisonous. At most, it'll just give you a bump. Otherwise, he would have been poisoned to death after such a long delay. Qin Yuan was stunned and asked in a trembling voice, Really? Zhao Yun, are you lying? Zhao Ping'er asked with a frown. Why would I lie to you? This is a black snake. It's not poisonous. Not all snakes are poisonous. Not only was it not poisonous, but it was also edible. Let's do it for lunch. Speaking of which, we have to thank Qin Yuan. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to catch such a big snake. The corners of Zhao Yun's mouth curled up, and there was a hint of sarcasm in her smile. Qin Yuan couldn't describe his feelings. He was happy and sad at the same time. He was happy because fortunately, this snake was not poisonous and his life was saved. He was sad because he was scared by a non-poisonous snake to the point that he peed in his pants, cried and made a fuss. Everyone who saw him probably despised him in their hearts, right? That's good. Big Brother Yuan, it's good that you're fine. Zhao Yun, since you knew, why didn't you say so earlier? You scared Big Brother Yuan to this extent. Zhao Ping'er questioned angrily. We were too far away just now, so I didn't see it clearly. I only remembered it now that I saw it clearly. Zhao Ping'er glared at Zhao Yun. She was unable to determine whether Zhao Yun was telling the truth. It's good that it wasn't poisonous. If Yun didn't mention it, I wouldn't have thought of it. It seems to be the case. This type of black snake isn't poisonous and can be eaten. Qin Yuan, let's go back first. You can't continue working here. You peed all over your pants. Go back and change your pants first, Zhao Wenhua said with a sigh. Chapter 608. Yes. Uncle is right. I should go back and change my pants first, Qin Yuan hurriedly replied. It just so happens that Tianan's pants are suitable for you. Go back and change into Tianan's pants. Okay. Zhao Yun could not help but snicker. Could this Qin Yuan still be considered a man? Previously, he still felt that Zhao Ping'er was not worthy of him. Now, he felt that the two of them were about the same and could not be more compatible. Clearly, Zhao Ping'er did not dislike this coward Qin Yuan at all. Let's go, Big Brother Yuan. I'll bring you back, Zhao Ping'er said. Let's go together, Ping'er. Let's go back together on the way, Zhao Wenhua said. After all, he was a man changing his pants. He was worried that his daughter would be around. Based on his understanding of Zhao Ping'er would definitely stay in the house and not leave while Qin Yuan was changing his pants. Yes, it's time to go back and prepare lunch. Let's eat before coming back to the fields. Qin Yuan was also badly frightened. Let's go back and have a good rest first, Liang Jinqiao said. Seeing that Qin Yuan wanted to go back, Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenxue panicked. If Qin Yuan was not around, who would help to draw the water in the fields? That third brother, Qin Yuan, will still come over to help in the fields in the afternoon, right? Zhao Wenshi asked. Zhao Ping said angrily, Uncle, didn't you see that big brother Yuan was bitten by a snake because he helped to draw the water? Luckily, it wasn't poisonous this time. What if it was poisonous? You and second uncle can also draw the water in the fields. Why do you insist on big brother Yuan's help? But he promised your little aunt. He said that he would help us draw the water. He can't possibly stop all of a sudden. When Zhao Wenshi mentioned Zhao Xinhui, Qin Yuan felt embarrassed. Hence he said, Uncle, don't worry. I'll come over again in the afternoon to draw the water. Hearing Qin Yuan's promise, Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Yunlong relaxed. It's good that you're here. Zhao Ping was jealous. Big brother Yuan, aren't you afraid that you'll encounter snakes again in the afternoon? Coincidentally, it just rained and the water in the field is deep. I reckon that many snakes will come out for a stroll. If you encounter a venomous snake, your life will be in danger. Being frightened by Zhao Ping like this, Qin Yuan's body trembled. What was more important than his own life? Even if he wanted to please Zhao Xinhui, he couldn't sacrifice his own life for her. It's so painful. It is. Why are you going back on your words? Zhao Wenxue scolded him a little angrily. I've never seen someone as cowardly as you. Are you still a man? Before Qin Yuan could explain himself, Zhao Ping mocked. Uncle, you said that big brother Yuan is a coward. What about you? Didn't you run faster than anyone else when you saw the snake slithering over? Now you have the cheek to talk about others. Humph. Zhao Wenxue and Zhao Wenshi blushed a little when Zhao Ping said that. They did run fast just now. Wasn't that because they were afraid of being bitten by the snake? Big brother, second brother, you two should do this work. Even if Qin Yuan comes over in the afternoon, he won't be able to draw much water from so many fields. He can't possibly come over to help in the future. Also, he was bitten by a snake. Although it's not a venomous snake, he still needs to recuperate. Zhao Wenhua stepped forward to defend him. Chapter 609. Zhao Wenxue began to act pitiful, but Zhao Wenhua did not sympathize with him. This is not a heavy task. Big brother, second brother, you just need to put in some effort. The two of you can take turns and rest when you're tired. It's definitely better than Qin Yuan doing it alone. After Zhao Wenhua finished speaking, he directly dragged Qin Yuan away, ignoring Zhao Wenxue and Zhao Wenshi. Zhao Yun felt gratified when she saw that her cheap father was finally not stupid. What she was most afraid of was that Zhao Wenhua was too naive. In that case, no matter how hard they worked, they would not necessarily have a good life because they would be bullied. Let's go, Mu Lianfeng. Let's go back too. Mu Lianfeng held the black snake in his hand. Liang Jinqiao carried the wooden bucket, and the loach was still jumping around inside. Zhao Tianen smiled shyly. Mother, I'll go and deliver the things to Xiao Feng first. Go, come back when you're done. Got it, mother. Zhao Tianen said and ran out. On the way back to the third branch, many people saw the black snake in Mu Lianfeng's hand. They were all shocked and scared, and also curiously looked at it. They were all in awe of Mu Lianfeng's ability. He was actually able to catch such a thick and big snake. TSK, TSK, TSK. Master Xueqi is really not simple. He can go up the mountain to hunt a tiger and down the river to catch a snake. Isn't that so? I've never seen such an amazing person. Master Xueqi is indeed Master Xueqi. This ability is not something that an ordinary person can have. Yes, he's not simple. Don't talk about hunting a tiger, we might not even dare to catch a snake. Master Xueqi is bold and capable. I think these things must be afraid of Master Xueqi. They know that Master Xueqi is not an ordinary person and were intimidated by Master Xueqi. Yes, that should be the case. Along the way, Zhao Yuner and Daodu were the happiest when they heard these people praising Mu Lianfeng. One was proud of her man, and the other was proud of her father. They were even happier than when they were praised. Many villagers gathered around curiously. They wanted to know why the crown prince had caught such a big snake. When they returned to old Zhao's house, all the old Zhao's family members were sitting leisurely in the courtyard. When they saw Mu Lianfeng coming back with a snake in his hand, they were so scared that they quickly jumped up. Ah! Zhao Xinhui screamed. When he saw the snake, his whole body began to tremble. Hua Chunhua and Li Chueying were so scared that their faces turned green. Women were timid to begin with. When they saw such a big snake, they were naturally scared. Qin Yuan quickly ran in front of Zhao Xinhui and said to Zhao Xinhui, "Auntie, don't be afraid, don't be afraid. This snake is not poisonous." "Really?" Zhao Xinhui hid behind Qin Yuan and asked in fear. "Of course, Auntie, don't be afraid. Even if it is poisonous, I am in front of you. If the snake wants to bite, it will bite me first and not you. I will protect you well." When she heard Qin Yuan's words, Zhao Xinhui said gratefully, "Qin Yuan, thank you." Zhao Yuner could not help but roll her eyes. Scumbag. This Qin Yuan was really interesting. He was obviously a coward, but he pretended to be a man in front of Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Pinger was already jealous. She puffed up her cheeks and said to Qin Yuan, "Brother Yuan, why are you like this?" Chapter 6:10. But the person you should be protecting is me, not little aunt. You don't need anyone to protect you. You're so ugly. No matter if it's a human, a snake, or anything else, they'll definitely be scared away when they see you. Big brother Yuan. How can you say that about me? Zhao Pinger's heart shattered. Zhao Yun nearly burst out laughing. This reason was really enough. She didn't know what Zhao Pinger was feeling right now. After coming to this world, Zhao Yun finally understood what it meant to be a weirdo. Furthermore, there was no weirdo. There were only weirder people. What I said is the truth. Humph! Zhao Pinger was so angry that she cried. After glaring fiercely at Zhao Xinhui, she rushed into the third branch's room. She really didn't want to see Qin Yuan protecting Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Yun couldn't help but tease. "My future brother-in-law, even if you're filial, you don't have to be filial to this extent, right? Although little aunt is an elder. You're too solicitous. Those who don't know would think that there's something between you and little aunt." Zhao Pinger, what nonsense are you spouting? Zhao Xinhui jumped out, afraid that Zhao Yun would slander her reputation. "Nothing. What I mean is that my future brother-in-law is overly enthusiastic about you. It's just too strange. Zhao Yun, let me tell you, there's nothing between me and him. It's not like you don't know what kind of person he is. He's just a poor lad. I'm going to marry into a rich family in the future. Why would I fancy him?" Zhao Xinhui's tone was full of disdain. Zhao Yun curled her lips. "It's best if you don't fancy him. Little aunt, he's your future niece's husband after all. Sometimes you should avoid it. Don't let others think that you're snatching your niece's man." Zhao Xinhui directly vented her anger on Qin Yuan. She said angrily to Qin Yuan, "Did you hear that? Don't get too close to me. Both of my nieces are talking about me." "Auntie." Qin Yuan's eyes revealed a trace of sadness. He was already upset when Zhao Xinhui said that she didn't like him. Even now, Zhao Xinhui wouldn't let him get close to her. "Future brother-in-law, don't be a hero now. Hurry up and go into the house to change your pants." Zhao Yun reminded him. Actually, it wasn't because she wanted to stand up for Zhao Pinger, nor was it because she couldn't stand it. He was afraid that if Qin Yuan and Zhao Xinhui got together and decided not to marry Zhao Pinger, it would be over. If Zhao Pinger, this scourge, was not dealt with in the end, wouldn't it be a trap for the people of the third branch? Qin Yuan suddenly realized that he had wet his pants. Now that he looked like this in front of Zhao Xinhui, wouldn't it be embarrassing? His whole face flushed red. He hurriedly listened to Zhao Yun's words and rushed into the house. Li Chueying asked embarrassedly, "Yun, why did the heir apparent get such a big snake?" "It looks quite scary." Zhao Yun's lips curved into a lonely smile and said, "Second auntie, this snake is for eating." Hearing Zhao Yun say what to eat, the villagers who came over to watch sighed for a while. She was so bold that she even dared to eat a snake. Li Chueying frowned and reminded her,
Yuner, snakes are poisonous. You can't eat them casually. This is not a tiger. The heir apparent is so rich. What good things can't be bought with money? Why does he have to eat snakes? That's because second auntie doesn't know the good things about snakes. This snake is not poisonous and can be eaten. You're tuning in to the Xueqi's Martial Arts Saga YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.